Clinton Chiropractic Center, and the Clinton Chamber of Commerce. Announcers are Larry Dooling and Dan King. Cameramen are Terry Etherton and Bob Frank. Produced and directed by Rodney Carr.
Good evening and welcome to Argenta Oreana High School, where tonight we'll have high school football as the Clinton Maroons take on the Argenta Oreana Bombers here in an OCA Conference football match. Tim Tarter filling in for Larry Dooling and joined tonight by, of course, Dan King from the Clinton Journal. And Dan, it looks like an interesting OCA Conference matchup here tonight.
Yeah, we've got a very interesting matchup. Neither club is headed for the playoffs. That's a documented fact. But in Argenta, we've got a very interesting ball club in that they've done a 180 since last season. They're a passing ball club, and if Maroons fans will remember from a year ago, they were a straight-at-you power-running ball club with Jonathan Carey and Chad Albano behind the center, and Mark Shepard, who we'll see at quarterback tonight. Mark Shepard was a halfback last year. They were a powerful running team. This year, behind Mark Shepard, who has thrown for 1,151 yards in 7 games, by far the leading quarterback in the league. We ought to see Argenta, if the weather holds, we'll see Argenta putting the ball up.
One question might be the condition of the field here at Argenta Oreana. Coach Tom Sanchez has mentioned that because of deficits in their fund, the field's not in great shape. They're actually lucky they've even got an athletic program still here.
That's right. There was some serious doubt as to whether Argenta would be able to field an athletic program, to speak of the football team, but they've some boosters and whatnot have come through for them. They've been able to raise the necessary funds in order to field the teams and of course provide this equipment and things, the important things. But one of the things that gets neglected, if you can call it that, in a situation like this, is the athletic field, where you don't have quite the maintenance that you might see in other areas. But the field looks fine. I was out on it a little before the game. It's a little wet. Of course, it rained a lot today, but it looks fine from here, and it felt pretty good out there. But if there's any amount of rain, we'll probably see quite a bit of mud.
The Maroons, with a 19-0 victory last week over Sullivan, improved their record to 3-4. This is a big game for the Maroons in the sense that they still have a shot at finishing with a winning record. That's what they'd like to do.
There isn't any question about it. In talking to the coaching staff and a number of the players last night, saw quite a few of them at the volleyball game, which the Lady Maroons won. A lot of the team really is pointing towards having that winning season. Of course, as people know, the Maroons have not had an awful lot of winning seasons. They've had 3 since 1969. That's the 5-2-1 record in 1971. They were 5-4 in 1983 and 7-2 in 1984. They'd like to have the first winning season since 1984. Right here, they've got to win tonight to even it at 4-4, and then go up to Olympia and finish out with a win to do it.
Clinton and Argenta Oreana OCA Conference football coming up here on WHOW and Cable Channel 15, and we'll take a break and be back in just a moment.
Drake.
Back pain can be serious and also disabling. Don't suffer any longer. Call Dr. Harold Allen for consultation or appointment at 935-6842. The Allen Chiropractic Health Clinic is located at 204 West Main Street, south of the Clinton Post Office.
The center is 50, Jeff Bird. One tackle, 77, John Taylor. And the other tackle, 75, Bryce McClary.
Back here at Argenta, where the Clinton Maroons are just about set to take on the Argenta Oreana Bombers here in an OCA conference matchup. Once again, the Maroons coming in with a record of 3-4, and the Bombers with a record of 2-5. And once again, Larry Dooling is, how should we say, on assignment elsewhere this week. So I'm filling in for Larry, and joined, of course, by Dan King, who's here in his usual seat. And Dan, you talked about that Bombers passing attack. They've got 3 receivers who have really accumulated up some impressive numbers this year.
Oh, definitely. They've got Jeremy Fott is battling it out with Abe Wade, the 2 wide receivers who Argenta will split out on either side of the field to spread the defense. They're battling it out for the OCA lead in receptions and yards catching the ball. Abe Wade has 37 catches for 427 yards, while his teammate Jeremy Fott has 36 catches for 7 more yards than Wade. And then you've got Sonny Hall, who is a halfback out here for Argenta, who has 15 catches, and he would be leading most other OCA teams, but he's behind Fott and Wade here on the Bomber team. So we'll see the ball in the air.
And one thing you got to watch out for with Mark Shepard, he's not only a good passer, but he can run the ball as well. Maybe a little bit of a combination of both here.
Right, they will run the option. Argenta coach Tom Sanchez said on Wednesday that we'll still see the option, but they just favor the quick passing attack. They felt like they didn't have the type of lineman that they did a year ago, and then it might be a little easier to pass for the pass block for the quick passing game. We'll see 3-step drops, but they will show the option game. In fact, Shepard does lead the Bombers in rushing with 295 yards. That's not an awful lot compared to some other, John Graves and even Clinton's own Jeff Mannix, who has over 500 yards rushing. It's not, 295 yards doesn't sound like much, but then you also have to look at the fact that they also have Josh Cates and Rusty Ballard with 200-plus yards. Then it's a little more impressive.
One thing that was impressive last week for the Maroons was their rushing game, the best rushing game, and read in your article yesterday, in several years.
That's right. Coach Ron Goodwin told me, he relayed the information to me, that it is the best single game rushing performance by Clinton since 1984. Jeff Mannix is 194 yards, 186, depending on which newspaper you read and whose statistics you take, is the best performance since Bob Case of the 1984 Maroons. So last week's performance, put it this way, the Maroons need to duplicate it tonight.
Yeah, and of course, Mannix broke through on that big 73-yard touchdown run last week, and that was a big lift for the Maroons. They had gone 13 straight quarters without scoring, and that was a big boost. I guess now you can say they're on another streak, because you can say the Maroons in their last 2, and there's a key word here, full quarters, have scored.
That's right. The Maroons have shown the capability to run the ball in spurts this year. What they haven't been able to do, and of course you got to remember the middle of the third of the season, they were playing ranked teams all the way. They haven't been able to do it consistently game in and game out. Of course, Monticello, St. Teresa, and Central Catholic, we all know, are fine football teams.
And I think you look at both of these clubs, and I'm not going to say their records are deceiving, because your record is what your record is, but both Argenta, Oreana, and Clinton have really played some tough football teams this year.
Oh, that's right. Of course, everybody knows about the Monticello game for the Maroons when it went into overtime, and inches separated Clinton from winning that game and possibly still talking playoffs right now. And we have Argenta down here, who was leading Monticello by 10 points with 6 minutes to go, lost on their home field, and they were within a touchdown on the last play of the game of tying St. Teresa and going for the winning extra point. So we're going to see a quality ball club here in Argenta, make no bones about it.
And we're just about set for the opening kickoff, as I believe the Maroons will kick off to the Argenta Oreana Bombers. As teeing it up for the Maroons will be Doug Bostwick. He's the dual player for the Maroons, plays golf and football.
That's right. Doug swings the stick on the course and swings the leg out here for the Maroons. He's been doing a fine job all season. I don't know what he's averaging per punt, but I would imagine it's right around 35, 37 yards a punt, which is a good statistic for a high school punter.
Now, Mark Shepard, the quarterback, is one of the men back deep for the Argenta Oreana Bombers. And well, I tell you what, it's dark up here, Dan.
Yeah, folks are going to have to bear with us. We have no light up here, and there is no moon.
Rusty Ballard also back there for Argenta Oreana as Bostwick is set to kick it off for the Maroons, and it's a short kick. It's going to be taken by one of the up men. He's across the 25 where he's trapped up right there. That was
Brian Peebler.
that's a number I don't have. Abe Wade.
Number 49, Abe Wade, wide receiver.
Will take over 1st and 10 at their own 26.
So Argenta will start off 1st and 10 at their own 26. We're just underway from Argenta. Once again, we'll look for a passing attack from the Argenta Oreana Bombers. So Mark Shepard will be in there at quarterback. Wide out to the left is Abe Wade. Under center is Shepard. Handoff will be up the middle. He's going to pick up a couple of yards. Look like Josh Cates.
I think Sonny Hall. We might get a little help from the PA man here tonight at Sonny Hall.
He is right in our lap.
Jeff Manick and Roger.
So it'll be 2nd down and about 8 yards to go for the Argenta Oreana Bombers. Just underway in the first quarter from Argenta. As the Bombers take it first on offense. Once again, Wade out to the left side. Shepard drops back, goes across the middle for Wade. He has him. He'll pick up about 12 yards and a first down for Argenta. So the ball will be out to the 40-yard line. They'll spot it right on the 40. That'll be first down for Argenta Oreana. We played less than a minute, right at a minute in the first quarter. As Argenta has it 1st and 10, and once again Wade out to the left.
They said they'd spread the defense, and that's what they're doing.
Jeremy fought on the right side. This time they'll pitch it back and tackled in the backfield for a loss. That was Rusty Ballard.
On the tackle for Clinton.
Maroons did a nice job getting in there that time.
I believe that was Brian Peebler coming up from the corner, making the nice stick.
That's a loss of about 7 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 17. Big defensive play for the Maroons as they stop Argenta on first down for a 7-yard loss. Again, Shepard gets his signals.
Jeremy Fott is wide out to the right.
He goes for Wade off the left side. He has him. That'll be another first down as they get to the Maroons' 40-yard line. And again, Shepard showing a nice ability.
Yeah, it looked like Mike Doggett had the coverage on the play, but he didn't turn around. That was Rich Reibold, excuse me, number 81, I believe. Didn't turn around and spot the ball quite quick enough. Nice catch by Abe Wade.
Well, that went for about 27 yards on the pass play. 1st and 10 for the Bombers. They'll spot it at the 38. As Shepard going to drop back again to pass. He's rolling out to the right. Looks down the right side for Fott, and he just threw it over the head of Fott out of bounds. It'll be 2nd down.
Jason Drake was applying some good pressure on Mark Shepard over there, rolling out to the right. And we'll see a lot of that tonight, too, along with the 3-step drop. We'll see Mark Shepard rolling out. He likes to throw from the outside.
Well, that's the key for the Maroons with this passing attack, is getting to that quarterback, keeping the pressure on him.
That's right. They got to keep him in these long, 2nd and long, 3rd and long situations.
2nd and 10 from the 38. Argenta is on the move. Shepard under center. He's going to hand it off. This time, first man through. That is Josh Cates. He'll pick up a couple of yards, but that's about it.
Jeff Mannix came up and made the stop. Nice play by Jeff from his linebacker position.
So it'll bring up 3rd down for Argenta, 3rd and 8.
3rd down and 8.
As the Bombers, this will be their first attempt on a 3rd down conversion. 3rd and 8, they'll do it from the Maroons' 36-yard line. Maroons defense will try and buckle down and stop Argenta here, try and force the punt. Argenta would like to get another first down as Shepard going to pitch back. In the backfield, he's going to be tackled for a loss of about 3 yards. That was Rusty Ballard again.
Didn't fool Matt Parson at all. Matt, from his linebacking position, read it all the way and was right there. He didn't bite on the little reverse.
It's a play the Maroons will use occasionally with Tad Baird.
That's right.
So to bring up 4th down for Argenta, 4th and about 11. They lost almost 3 yards. Well, they did lose 3 yards on that play.
They've gone to Ballard twice, and he's got a -10.
And the Bombers will punt. I'm trying to get the number. That's number 75. We'll give you his name in just a moment as the punt is handled by Doggett. He takes it at about the 15. Now he's going to track back outside. He's across the 20, still on his feet to the 25, and now he's brought down right at the 26-yard line.
About a 20-yard return by Mike Doggett. He started out to the left, and he broke back to the right and picked up some nice blocks. Tad Baird was down there.
Punting that time for Argenta Oreana, that was Toma Cheney. You'll also see him in there. He's the right tackle on offense and the end on defense, as the Maroons will take over on offense for the first time. Jason Fairfield under center. He drops back to pass. Maroons passing on first down. They have Tad Baird off the left side. He's out across the 40, 45, 50, down to the Argenta 45-yard line, finally knocked out of bounds.
Boy, Tad showed a little speed right there. Number 44 for Argenta. Let me identify him. That was Josh Manning, was right even with him when he caught the ball. Tad ran away from him.
It'll be about, I believe, about 29 yards on the play. It'll be a first down for the Maroons, as they are at the Argenta 46-yard line. They started at their own 26 on first down. They'll have first down again, as Jason Fairfield will take the snap. He's going to hand it off. Second man, that's Mannix off the left side. He has a couple still on his feet. He's going to have a first down. Now he fumbles the ball, and it's going to go out of bounds, so the Maroons will hang on to it.
34, Jeff Mannix, the ball carrier.
Maroons having
on the football. The fumble goes out of bounds.
It's going to be close to a first down.
Possession. First and 10.
It is a first down.
Jeff, we've seen him breaking tackles all year long. Broke a few there. Nice run.
But both teams showing the ability to move the ball here early in the game. 7:57 to go, first quarter.
We may see some points tonight before this is over.
First and 10 for the Maroons on the Argenta 34. Fairfield take the snap, first man through, that's Jason Drake. He'll pick up a couple of yards before he's brought down. And on the tackle for Argenta that time
2-yard gain
was Jerry Jontry. He was one of the Argenta Bombers in there. It'll be second down and 8 for the Maroons.
That's a play we saw a lot of last week, as the Maroons ran the ball 57 times against Sullivan, picking up 279 yards on the ground.
Second and 8. Fairfield going to drop back. He's looking to pass across the left side. He has Ben Nichols. Ball tipped away, broken up by Argenta. In defensively, that was Abe Wade. So he can not only catch the ball on offense, but showed a fine job of defense there.
Yeah, I wanted to say Trent Fairfield. Jason hung it up just a little too long, and Wade made a nice play recovering. Nichols was open just for a split second, but he recovered and knocked the ball away. That was a super play on defense.
Third down and 8 for the Maroons. 7:22 to go. First quarter from Argenta. As Fairfield going to hand it off, we're going to have an end around for Baird as he goes off the left side. Took the handoff from Mannix. Baird going to pick up close to a first down, I believe.
Dennis Moore and Jeremy Thought.
That's one of Tad's pet plays this year. They try to give him that handoff, and he cuts it back, coming around on the little reverse. That time he swung it around wide.
Down to about the 24-yard line. Yeah, we've seen that play before, often this season. 6:59 to go, first quarter. Third down and 8 for the Maroons. Fairfield as Baird goes out to the right side. Off to the left is Doggett. A handoff going to be to Mannix. Mannix going to go off the left side, going to pick up maybe a yard. I actually may have lost a yard.
Josh Manning and Jason Fisher.
Kind of hard to see from this angle.
Our chain gang didn't move, but they kind of moved their arms. I think he pretty much got tackled at the line of scrimmage there. Now he's moving the marker back a little bit. So
second down, and we'll call it about 10 and a half.
He's just kind of depends on which hand he has the stick in over there.
Fairfield gonna pass. Looks over the middle. He has an open receiver. That is
Russell Fair.
Russell Fair. He's gonna pick up a couple of yards on that play before being brought down by Mark Shepard. It'll be third down and about long, call it just about 4 yards. It's going to say a long 4, but it's actually right about 4 yards. So the ball is placed on the 17-yard line. Big play coming up here for Clinton with 5:48 to go in the first quarter. First man through is, I believe, Jason Drake. No, it was not Jason Drake. Was it Jeff Mannix?
Jeff Mannix, the ball carrier.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, we had Jeff Mannix on the carry.
They'll spot it on the, looks like about the 16-yard line, 17-yard line, so it's going to go for no gain. And it's going to be 4th and 4, and it looks like the Maroons will go for it. Here in the first quarter, Fairfield going to pitch it to Mannix. Mannix trying to get to the outside. He's going to be pushed out of bounds and
into the pole.
I don't know.
Mannix, the ball carrier. Josh Cates on the stop.
We'll see where he actually went out of bounds. It was 4th and 4 for the Maroons.
I think he picked it up.
They're looking across the field. It's going to be close, and they do say first down. So Mannix with some nice running. I'll tell you what, he went off to the right side that time, got to the outside, and he got just enough yardage.
Well, Jeff has shown a little speed in these last 2 games. Coach Goodwin was quoted in one of the local papers as not knowing Jeff had that type of speed, but Jeff has shown some, that's for sure.
First down, handoff up the middle. That is Jason Drake. He'll pick up a couple of yards.
Sonny Hall with the stop.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Maroons. They can get a first down at the 2-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 8, the ball on the 10. 4:46 to go. For the Maroons, it would be nice to pick up the touchdown here in the early going. For Argenta, it would be a nice defensive stand as they're going to hand it off to Drake. He'll get off the left side, gets just a couple of yards.
Looked like Jason spotted a hole, and when he tried to cut back, he lost his footing right out in that area where the extra point team lines up for the kick. It looks like it might be a little bare.
4:20 to go. 3rd down and 6 now for the Maroons as the ball is on the 8-yard line of Argenta. We're in the first quarter from Argenta, Oreana.
This drive has taken up over 4 minutes right now.
Fairfield going to drop back to pass. There is a flag on the play. Fairfield looking for the corner, has Nichols. Now the ball knocked away. It's incomplete. But that was Russell Fair who the pass was intended to.
I think we're going to have movement on the left side of the Clinton line here.
The ball on the 8-yard line. Argenta will likely take the penalty and move the Maroons back. So it'll be 3rd down again with 4 minutes and 1 second to go. Argenta drove down to...
They were right around the 35-yard line or so.
And they were
of the Maroons.
They were forced to punt the ball.
A couple of nice defensive plays, one by Jeff Mannix, one by Matt Parson, stopped the Argenta drive, which they moved from their own 26 down to about the Clinton 35. So both teams have moved the ball in their first possession.
Maroons will face 3rd and 11 after the penalty. It's Fairfield. Going to drop back. He's going to pass. Looking to the left corner. Over there is is that Mike Doggett?
Mike.
Touchdown.
Pass is complete for a touchdown.
I believe it was Mike Doggett.
Mike Doggett.
They've got a little better vision down below us there. That was Mike Doggett. Yes, that's correct.
Into the corner for the touchdown, and the Maroons score first. It's 6-0. As coming on to kick the conversion for the Maroons. So the Maroons will try and tack on the extra point. Doug Bostwick, he'll take it from the hold of Fairfield. 3:56 to go, first quarter. The kick is down, the kick is up, and it's going to be wide to the left. So the Maroons score. They do not get the extra point, but with 3:56 to go, first quarter, it's Clinton 6, Argenta Oreana 0. You're listening to Maroon Football.
The Clinton Daily Journal brings your local news home to you Monday through Friday. If you haven't tried the Journal lately, take advantage of the new 2025 package. Call the circulation department today and subscribe for 20 weeks for only $25.
We're back here at Argenta, where the Maroons have just scored to take a 6-0 lead with 3:56. An 11-yard pass play from Jason Fairfield to Mike Doggett. And the Maroons are on the board as Doug Bostwick will kick off. Going back deep, Mark Shepard for the Argenta Oreana Bombers. Also back there, Rusty Ballard and Josh Cates. So the Maroons will kick off leading 6-0.
12 plays, 74-yard drive for the Maroons. Very impressive.
Now Argenta will try and get even. We could see a lot of points here at Argenta as Bostwick's kick is going to be to about the 15 where it's taken by Shepard. Now he drops it. It's going to be picked up by Cates. He'll bring it out across the 20, maybe to about the 23-yard line. That's where Argenta will start 1st and 10 here in the first quarter after the Maroons touchdown.
Jeff Mannix on the stop.
Mike Doggett made a fine adjustment on that pass, Tim, cutting over right onto the goal line. The pass was just a little bit underthrown. He made the adjustment, came back, made a sliding catch right at the goal line.
So Argenta will try and tune it up on our fence now as Mark Shepard is in there. Abe Wade out to the left, Jeremy Fott to the right. As he calls the signals, he's going to drop back. Quick pass out over the middle. That's Josh Manning. He has him complete. That'll be a first down for Argenta at the 35-yard line. Maybe call it the 36-yard line.
Well, there's Tad Baird on the hit right there. And let me tell you, here comes Josh Manning off to the sideline right now. Tad left his calling card right there, as he's done many times this season, and maybe some of these Argenta receivers, they might have that in the back of their mind now from now on going across the middle.
Tad Baird, one of the Maroon seniors. Shepard going to drop back. He rolls out to the right side looking to pass, and good coverage by the Maroons, but we're going to have a flag as that was in the neighborhood of Brian Peevler. He was defending over there against the Argenta Oreana Bombers. That was Rusty Ballard.
Yeah, I think Brian ran up the back of a receiver that was in the area, but it wasn't the intended receiver. But nonetheless, the ball was close enough, he's going to get the call on the interference, I believe, here.
So what the call? No, it's against Argenta.
Wow.
The offensive pass interference.
You don't see that called very often.
No, I was looking at Brian Peevler, and he appeared to run up the back of one of the receivers. Maybe it was somewhere else on the field.
I didn't really see it. I was looking up.
The penalty carries the loss of
the lead receiver.
Maroons will take it.
So that's going to drop Argenta into a 2nd down and 25. That's what, a 15-yard penalty plus a loss of down?
That's correct.
It's a tough penalty in high school football when you're called for offensive pass interference. As Mark Shepard in there, he'll drop back. Shepard going to hand off now. Ball is loose on the field. Fumbled that time, but Argenta is going to recover. Sonny Hall just couldn't hang on to the handoff that time.
No, Argenta looks, there's another flag in the field. Looks like it might be a little backfield motion. Of course, I've guessed twice now, and I think I've been wrong both times, so maybe we should just let them. Yeah, we got one there. 1 out of 3.
And we'll see what the Maroons may elect to decline this penalty, and they will, and it's going to bring up 3rd down as Argenta loses about another 5 yards, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 30 for Argenta. With 2:55, and we have a timeout on the field with 2:55 to go, first quarter. It's Clinton 6, Argenta 0. This is Maroon football.
The Prescription Shop is proud to sponsor high school athletics. The youth of today will be tomorrow's leaders. Let the Prescription Shop, Clinton's leader in pharmacy, serve your prescription needs. Stop in at 220 East Main Street in Clinton.
I'm not seeing them very well. That's what I couldn't tell what number that was over there. Pete?
Back here at Argenta, 3rd down and 31 as Argenta going to elect to hand off the ball. Pick up a couple of yards on the play. That was Sonny Hall. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Kind of surprised, Dan, maybe that Argenta didn't drop back to pass. They just elected to run it on the long 3rd down.
They must figure that the Maroons are in such a prevent defense. I noticed the Maroons had a couple of defensive backs about 25 yards off the line of scrimmage, so they must just figure, let's try it another time.
And once again for Argenta, nearly a block. No flag on the play.
Got a piece of the ball.
It's a nice punt, partially blocked. Now Doggett picks it up at about midfield, and he's tackled. The Maroons will have it 1st down right at the midfield stripe, right on the 50-yard line, as Doggett picked up the football that time and smothered immediately. So the Maroons with a nice rush that time on the punt.
Clinton takes over at the 50-yard line.
It'll be 1st down for the Maroons as we have 2:18 to go. So the Maroons shut Argenta's offense down quickly, and now the Bombers defense will try and come through against the Maroons as Fairfield going to hand it off Mannix. He trying to go off the right side, almost pulled down by Sonny Hall, broke 1 tackle, then a 2nd tackle, picks up about 4 or 5 yards.
We're seeing some good hitting out here tonight. I got a comment on that. You know, a lot of folks might have looked at it coming in a 3-4 team, a 2-5 team headed nowhere after next week, but there's some good hitting going on tonight.
These two teams playing for pride. Argenta, of course, just 2-5, but they'd certainly like to win their final 2 games and finish 4-5. And the Maroons, of course, with something a little bit more to shoot for. They'd like to finish with that winning record.
That's right.
2nd down and 7 as Mannix got 3. Fairfield under center. Handoff going to be the first man through. That's Jason Drake. Jason will pick up a couple of yards for Clinton. Drake, the ball carrier. Bring up 3rd down and about 5.
A year ago, this Argenta team was 9-2. Defeated Kincaid in the 1st round of the playoffs and then got hammered by Gillespie. And I believe Gillespie ended up in the runner-up in Class 2A a year ago. So Argenta's got a few players out there that know what it's like to play quality football and play in big games.
That Argenta ball club a year ago, one of the biggest ball clubs for a 2A you'll ever see, as Fairfield dropped back to pass looking deep. That ball is up for grabs, and it's going to be ultimately knocked away by Mike Doggett, the intended receiver, as an Argenta player, Jeremy Fott, was trying to make the interception.
Mike Doggett turned into a defensive back right there and made the play that he needed to make. Came back and knocked it down to give the Maroons a chance to punt it down deep into the territory.
So the Maroons do not pick up the 1st down, and the Maroons, Doug Bostwick will come in to punt. Dropping back, Mark Shepard, an all-purpose player, plays offense, defense. You'll see him on the special teams as well, as he is the lone Argenta player back to receive the punt from Doug Bostwick. Bostwick with the punt. It's straight up. It's going to be short. It's going to take a Maroon bounce, though. It's going to bounce down to about the 21-yard line as it's down by Brian Peevler. 1:12 to go, 1st quarter, as Argenta will take over on offense, trailing 6-0.
Bombers take over from there, 1st and 10.
After the Maroon punt. I'll tell you, that punt went straight up, but once again, the Maroons got a good bounce.
About 10 yards added on to that punt with the roll.
And Mark Shepard will try and get the Argenta offense cranked up once again, as Abe Wade and Jeremy Fott, the receivers. Shepard going to roll out. He's going to take the ball himself. Shepard on the option, going to run, keep the ball himself. He'll pick up about 5, 6, 7 yards, maybe a little bit more than that.
Mark Shepard has legitimate 4.6 speed, according to Maroons coach Ron Goodwin. He showed a little bit of it right there. He's a lanky fellow out there.
I said a little bit more than that, and he did, because he picked up the 1st down. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line. Picked up 11 yards on that play. It'll be 1st and 10 as the clock winds down here in the 1st quarter. Handoff. Now Shepard's going to keep the ball himself, take the handoff to the 1st man through, but it didn't fool anybody on the Maroon defense.
The Maroons have seen quite a few option teams this season, so that aspect of the Argenta game is probably the least, if you want to put it that way, the part of the game that they're not afraid of.
It's going to be 2nd down and 11. Loss of 1 on the play as Shepard again. This time he's going to throw the quick screen pass out to Fott. Fott's going to be knocked down. Now he gets away. He's going to end up picking up a couple of yards. I believe Tad Baird, finally, the Maroon defender who pushed him out of bounds.
Driven out of bounds on the Clinton sideline.
But he broke a couple of tackles that time.
I don't think they got him down at all. He was fighting for a lot of yards, but I think the last couple of yards were out of bounds.
Ended up picking up almost 7 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. It was 2nd and 11. As Shepard on the 3rd down play will throw the quick pass out to Wade. Wade going to be close to the 1st down as he is dragged down by Mike Doggett. We'll see where they spot it as the first quarter comes to an end. It's the Argenta Oreana Bombers trailing the Clinton Maroons 6-0. This is Maroon football.
Now you can get a show and go at C&M Video. Whenever you want to rent movie, remember there's a C&M Video store nearby. C&M Video carries a gigantic selection of movies from the latest smash release to the unforgettable classics. And best of all, you can even call ahead to reserve your favorite video. For movies and all your favorite Nintendo games, there's only one place to go, C&M Video.
Oreana Bombers, the ball on the 44-yard line of Argenta as we begin the second quarter. So Argenta able to pick up the 1st down on 3rd and 5.
At their own 44.
Argenta with 5 first downs in the game. Clinton with 4 in the first quarter alone.
The Maroons with the lone touchdown, leading it 6-0. Quick pass going to be out to Jeremy Fott to the right side. Fott double teamed there and finally brought down as Mike Doggett, Brian Peevler trying to drag him down.
Somebody got their hand on that face mask right at the tail end, and he pulled it off just in time. I think another second on there, and they might have thrown the flag. As we've seen in high school ball, if that hand's on the face mask at all, they'll whistle it for 15 yards.
Argenta's going to get 7 yards on that pass play. To Jeremy Fott, it'll bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Bombers. As Fott again out to the right side, Wade to the left. Cates in the backfield. They'll hand it off to him, the first man through, and he'll pick up 5 or 6 yards and another 1st down for the Argenta Oreana Bombers. So Argenta mixing the pass and run and doing it well in this drive.
Maroon territory at the 43-yard line.
Another 1st down for Argenta at the 43 of Clinton as the Bombers on the move now. Again, it's Fott out to the right, Wade to the left, Cates in the backfield along with Sonny Hall. Handoff going to be to the first man through. He's got a lot of yards up the middle, going to pick up about 5 or 6, maybe 7 on that play, as it was Josh Cates again, I believe.
9-yard gain.
9 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 1 for Argenta. It's the ball on the 33-yard line of the Maroons with 10:42 to go, second quarter. Again, Shepard in there at quarterback. Shepard going to drop back, throws the quick pass over the middle. Sonny Hall nearly had it. It was broken up by the Maroons. I believe Tad Baird in there along with Josh Mannix. Or
Shepard, Jeff Mannix was
Jeff
on
Mannix.
the play. Yeah, the Shepard threw the ball behind him, and who was that? Sonny Hall almost brought that thing in one-handed.
Argenta will throw the ball to their backs, to their receivers. They'll throw it to anybody. It's Mark Shepard, anybody who's eligible. Now the Cates going to break to the outside. I thought the Maroons had him for no game, but he stayed on his feet, broke a couple of tackles, and got to the outside, picked up some good yards.
Maroons are going to have to start doing a better job of wrapping up on the tackles. They're getting the first and second guys, putting a good hit on them, but they're not wrapping up.
It's going to be another 1st down for Argenta as they will spot the ball on the 27-yard line.
27.
So Argenta with a good drive right here. They'll try and take it into the end zone as we are just underway in the second quarter. Shepard going to throw the screen pass out to the right side. That is Abe Wade. He's down to the 10, the 5. He's going to take it into the end zone for the touchdown. That'll be a 27-yard pass play. They just threw the quick pass out to the left side, and Abe Wade was wide open.
Yeah, all he had to do was break one tackle. He did that, and the end zone was all his.
So Mark Shepard to Abe Wade, and the Argenta Oreana Bombers have tied it up 6-6. And we'll see what the Bombers do right here. as they have tied the game, 10:18 to go. A 27-yard pass play from Mark Shepard to Abe Wade. And they will go for the 2-point conversion. Handoff going to be to Kid. No, it's on the option. Shepard. Was that Shepard that kept the ball, threw it to Fott?
No, a little pitch out to Rusty Ballard right there. Ballard threw the halfback pass to Jeremy Fott out there.
So Ballard throws it for the 2-point conversion, and it's 8-6 Argenta. 10:18 to go in the second quarter. This is Maroon football.
Jake's Restaurant and Sports Bar invites you to stop by after the game for a sandwich and a beverage. Jake's will also be televising the Maroons in their sports bar.
Eight to 6 our score. 10:18 to go as the Bombers put it on the board, and put a little trickery on the 2-point conversion as the halfback pass goes from Rusty Ballard to Jeremy Fott, and the Bombers lead 8-6.
Argenta was really clicking on that 79-yard drive. They took it from their own 21, moved it right down the field on the Maroons. Clinton's going to have to tighten it up on defense and start making those tackles on the running plays.
Aaron Hill to kick off. His kick is deep. Mike Doggett going to take it. Now he fumbles it at the 5. It's going to roll to about the 2. Now he steps back in the end zone, tries to bring it back out, and he's going to be brought down at the 5. Dan, I'm not sure what the rule is. Could he have taken that in the end zone and downed it?
No, the ball was rolling. It appeared from here that the ball was rolling towards the out-of-bounds marker right around the 3-4 yard line. And if it goes out of bounds right there, that's where they're mark it, of course. But if he takes it into the end zone under his own power, then he's got to bring it back out.
So the Maroons going to start deep in their own territory. As Mike Doggett had a little trouble handling the kickoff, the Maroons will start at their own 5-yard line. 10:05 to go, second quarter. As the Maroons, Jason Fairfield. And I'm going to try and get an angle here where I can see quick pass out over the middle. I believe that was Russell Fair. It's complete. It's going to go for a gain of about 8 yards. So to bring up 2nd down and 2, the Maroons that time showed the quick pass.
2nd and 1.
Yeah, the Maroons have shown a willingness to pass tonight, that's for sure. And they've also mixed in a couple of nice runs by Jason Drake and especially Jeff Mannix. Maroons need to move it out of their own territory here.
That was a good start right there. 2nd and a long 1. The ball placed on the 14. Now Fairfield going to keep it himself. He's going to take it up the middle. He'll pick up the 1st down and a little bit more, as Fairfield going to pick up about 9 yards on that play, maybe 8 or 9 yards. It'll be 1st down for the Maroons at any rate.
Jason
ball spotted on the 24.
Jason found a hole and cut it up real quickly there on a nice run.
I think Jason said, Mark Shepard, if you can do that, I can too. 9 minutes exactly to go here in the second quarter. Handoff going to be to Jeff Mannix, and he went nowhere. As there to defensively for Argenta Oreana.
Jeff Mannix, the ball carrier.
Jeff actually lost a yard on that play.
I believe
on the stop.
Looks like they're marking. Yeah, they're marking it a little bit behind the original line of scrimmage.
That was Derek Crowder in for the stop that time for Argenta Oreana. 2nd down and 11, a loss of 1. As the ball is on the 23, Fairfield. Going to roll out.
Tad's open.
He has him bared complete, and he's going to be out of bounds at about the 34-yard line.
Tad Bird making the reception.
As the Maroons pick up, it's going to be close to a 1st down, isn't it, Dan?
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It took a long time to mark it, but...
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Maroons as they have another 1st down, and neither team really having too much trouble moving the football thus far.
Boy, Jason Fairfield's got 68 yards passing, and Mark Shepard's got 97. They're moving it up and down the field right now.
As again, Fairfield, this time he'll hand it off. First man through is Jeff Mannix, I believe. No, that was Jason Drake that time on the carry. Jason Drake will pick up a yard or two.
Jason's the guy that picks up the tough yards for the Maroons. Boy, he hammers it in there, and he makes the plays to the outside successful by doing that, but he pays a price with that hard running.
2nd down and 9. Jason, a veteran ball player. He's been on the varsity since his sophomore season. Fairfield rolling out to the right, looking downfield, has a man. Is it complete? I believe it is, to Mike Doggett, and that'll be another first down for the Maroons.
Nice pass on the run by Jason Fairfield. It looked like he might turn it up and run right there. It looked like the whole side was wide open, but he chose to go with the pass, and he probably gained about 5 more yards than he would have running, so good decision.
First down for the Maroons on the Argenta 47-yard line. 7:43 to go. Second quarter, Argenta Oreana leading Clinton 8-6 here at Argenta. Dropping back, or the handoff going to be to Mannix. Mannix going to pick up some good yardage off the right side as he found a hole. He'll pick up about 10 yards, 11 yards, and another first down, I believe, for the Maroons.
About a 12-yard run for Jeff Mannix right there.
So the Maroons taking it into Argenta Oreana territory at the 35-yard line of Argenta. And we have a timeout with 7 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Second quarter, it's Argenta Oreana 8, Clinton 6. This is Maroon football.
Gibson Ace Hardware, your hometown store with national buying power. Friendly customer service, quality selection, and competitive price makes Ace the place for you. They are proud of their Clinton schools and happy to sponsor this sports event.
With the Argenta Oreana Bombers leading the Clinton Maroons 8-6. Tim Tarter filling in for Larry Dooling alongside with Dan King, who's, I guess, Dan, you can keep me in line tonight and keep me up to date on what's going on here.
Yeah, it's a little challenge here tonight. We're a little bit in the dark, folks, but we're having a good time, and we're watching the Maroons and the Bombers go up and down the field. Both teams have 8 first downs. Argenta's got 8 points to the Maroons 6, but if Clinton can keep it up right here, they're marching towards another score.
And nice to say that thus far, and I'm going to knock on the wood here, it's dry.
Don't see any stars up there, but it's dry.
Maroons will have it first down on the Argenta 35 as Fairfield drops back, still has the football.
He's got all day.
He's looking for somebody over the middle for Ben Nichols. Ball knocked away by Shepard. Shepard tried to get the interception, but he just couldn't regain his balance enough to get there.
Yeah, that played. Jason had plenty of time back there. He actually broke out of the pocket a little bit, took a little more time off to the left, really rifled one into Ben Nichols, but he was well covered on the play.
Ben Nichols, just a sophomore. He rotates in and out there a lot with Russell Fair, I believe.
That's right. Ben's got a 30-plus per catch average at this point.
Rich Rybold out to the left side. Handoff going to be to Mannix. He gets off the right side, going to pick up a first down and more. He's down to the 10, 5, touchdown.
Nice run by Jeff Mannix. 2 cutbacks on the play where it looked like he was breaking towards the sideline. 2 consecutive cuts to the inside. He ran right by a couple of orange-clad Bombers and into the end zone.
That's the second time tonight we've seen Jeff get to the outside and break loose, this time for 35 yards and a touchdown. And the Maroons have taken a 12-8 lead over Argenta Oreana. 7:14 to go here in the second quarter at Argenta. As in to attempt they're going to go for the 2-point conversion. So the Maroons.
Thanks, Rod. Rod Carr, our trusty video man.
Maroons, Fairfield going to drop back. Intercepted. I guess it's not like college where they can run it back and get a point.
I was thinking it for a split second there, but no, we can't do that here.
I know a couple of years ago, Illinois actually did that, and it was a new rule at the time, and it sort of confused everybody as to what the play was, but it's a point, but not the case in high school. So 7:14 to go. It's 12-8. This is Maroon football.
When it comes to buying or selling real estate, their staff and professionals are hard to beat. Give them a call today at 935-8525 or stop in at Joe Benucci Real Estate, Better Homes and Gardens, 205 East Side of the Square in downtown Clinton.
We're back here at Argenta, 12-8, Clinton leading Argenta Oreana. And Dan King, we've seen a good football game thus far.
That was a 9-play, 95-yard drive by the Maroons, and folks, they're marching it up and down the field tonight on both sides of the ball.
Argenta Oreana, Mark Shepard back, also back there, Rusty Ballard, and I believe that is Josh Cates. Is the kickoff going to be taken by the up man, Abe Wade. Wade out across the 30-yard line. He's going to be down at about the 33, where Argenta will take it 1st and 10. 7:09 to go. Second quarter, Clinton 12, Argenta Oreana 8.
Maroons could really use a defensive stop. Neither team has really done much defensively as far as stopping the other team. The Maroons could really use one right here with 7 minutes to go in the half.
Shepard, on the other hand, would like to get the Argenta offense rolling again as he drops back. Now pressured a little bit. He's going to run with the football out across the 40 to about the 43. As nice running that time by Mark Shepard of the Argenta Oreana Bombers.
Yeah, Shepard shows good athletic ability every time he runs the ball, throws the ball. He actually leaped over a couple of defenders right there for the 8-yard gain.
2nd down and 2 for the Argenta Oreana Bombers. Ball on the 42-yard line of Argenta. Handoff going to be first man through. That's Cates, and he's going to have a 1st down. So he went off the left side across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. Got about 5 yards on the play, and another Argenta 1st down with 6:24 to go, second quarter from Argenta. So both the Clinton Maroons and the Argenta Oreana Bombers showing the ability to move the football. As Abe Wade out to the left and Jeremy Fott to the right, Shepard will hand it off to Sonny Hall. Hall breaks through. He's going to have a pickup of about 10 yards and I believe another 1st down for Argenta, as that's across midfield down to about the 43-yard line of the Maroons.
Boy, every play is 7-8 yards.
If you like offensive football, you're enjoying this football game. We have a timeout taken by the Maroons with 6:08 to go, second quarter. It's Clinton 12, Argenta Oreana 8. This is Maroon football.
Holy moly.
We're back here at Argenta, 12-8. The Clinton Maroons leading the Argenta Oreana Bombers. Dan, how's your stat sheet holding out?
Boy, it's smoking right now, I'll tell you that much. It's damp out here, but this thing is burning. 10 first downs on both clubs, and we've still got 6+ minutes to go in the first half. We haven't seen an awful lot of this from the Maroons in the last year and a half, but we're seeing it tonight.
A lot of offense as the Maroons play this game and then finish up at Olympia next week. Argenta, I believe, has Warrensburg at home. As Shepard going to throw the quick pass to Sonny, or was that Sonny Hall? No, that was Jeremy Fott. So the pass is complete to Jeremy Fott. Argenta going to get the ball across the 40 down to about the 37-yard line of the Maroons, and it'll bring up 2nd down and call it a long 4, almost 5 yards.
That puts Shepard over the 100-yard mark in passing tonight. That's 103 yards. Shepard averages 206 yards in total offense, so he's well on his way to that.
Dynamite athlete. And a quick pass again. Abe Wade now gives it on the handoff as he took the pass and handed off very quickly. Gave it back to Rusty Ballard, but the Maroons right there to stop him defensively. So Argenta, once again,
1st down for the Bombers.
Showing a little bit of trickery. They pick up the 1st down as the ball is down to the Maroon 31-yard line.
That's 4 yards on the pass and a couple of yards on the run. So we're seeing it all, even on the same play tonight.
Mark Shepard Takes his signals again. He'll hand off to the first man through. I believe that was Sonny Hall. I keep looking to call Sonny Hall's number. No, I believe it was Josh Cates. I know Sonny's out there somewhere, and I think eventually maybe they'll get the ball to him tonight.
Yeah, we've got a little chore tonight. We got Sonny Hall 32. We've got Jeremy Fott 24. We've got a 42, which is Josh Cates. So, and then we got Rusty Ballard with number 12. So a lot of twos out there.
And Josh Cates is out right now, and Josh Manning is in. That's 4:35 to go. 2nd and 8 for Argenta. Shepard looks across the right side, and the ball knocked away. Tad Baird back there. Good coverage on Rusty Ballard. As Argenta was going for it all that time, he had Ballard, the intended receiver, at about the 10, between the 10 and 5-yard line.
Yeah, while the ball was in the air, Tad made the adjustment and got out there and easily broke up the pass. The pass was actually a little bit too far away from the Argenta receiver. He couldn't get past Tad to the ball.
3rd down and 8 for Argenta.
Big play right here.
Shepard drops straight back. Maroons pursuing. No, he handed it off. That was, yeah, there he is, Sonny Hall. And he's going to be close to a first down for Argenta. We'll see where they mark the ball. He needed to get to the 21-yard line.
He's going to be short by a yard and a half or so.
About a yard.
So it'll be 4th down, and I'd almost bet Argenta will go for it. Ball marked on the 22. And they need about a yard and a half for the first down. As Shepard, he may call his own number. Shepard drops back. No, quick pass out to Abe Wade. They've got the first down, and he's down at about the 15-yard line. Reibold and Tad Baird in on the tackle for the Maroons, but Argenta with another first down. The ball at the 16-yard line. About 6 yards on that play. And another first down for Argenta, and they're knocking on the door of the Maroons. Clinton going to have to say right now, if they don't want the Bombers in the end zone, they're going to have to slam the door shut.
Somebody's going to have to do it at some point to win the game tonight, because it looks like the last team with the ball might win tonight.
Handoff going to be to the second man. Rusty Ballard breaks to the outside around the right side. Tried to get outside, couldn't do so. He got run out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. He will pick up about a yard on the play.
Mike Doggett, excuse me, Tim. Mike Doggett was the first man there. Jason Drake helped clean up a little bit.
So to bring up 2nd down for the Bombers, 2nd and about 8 from the 15-yard line. 3:25 to go in the second quarter, or the first half, as Shepard again gets his troops. Shepard going to give it back to Ballard. He tries to break to the outside, now throws the pass, and wide open is Jeremy Fott for the touchdown. As that time he just gave it off to Rusty Ballard, and no one was within 10 yards of Jeremy Fott.
Boy, the Maroons really bid on it, but I tell you, you really can't blame them, because that did not look like a pass right up until the last second. We have a little better vantage point right here. We can see that receiver heading for the end zone, but boy, they executed that perfectly.
So the Bombers have regained the lead, 14-12, and they'll likely go for 2 again with 3:20 to go here in the second quarter. The Bombers will go for 2 as Shepard going to hand it off. No, he's going to throw, and just over the hands of Josh Manning. Rich Reibold with the coverage for the Clinton Maroons, and it falls incomplete. So with 3:20 to go in the second quarter, it's the Argenta Oreana Bombers leading the Clinton Maroons 14-12. This is Maroon football.
What do travel, socializing, and quality banking service have in common? All three are just a part of the John Warner Bank's new Our Gang Club for its age 50 and over customers. To join this exclusive club, come in and see coordinator Bev Berry or call her for more details at 935-3144. Let the John Warner Bank become your headquarters for full-service banking, great trips, fun friends, and good times. Member FDIC.
Argenta. Bombers leading the Clinton Maroons 14-12 with 3:20 to go in the second quarter, and our video crew wants us to say hello to Kenny Hunley. I guess he's listening on the radio here tonight at Argenta, and I guess he's used
waving
to be,
right now.
Used to be from Clinton, you said? Okay.
Once from Clinton, now is from Clinton. Is that the case? Well, I don't know. I don't see any agreement on that, but They're formerly of Clinton.
The Bombers are set to kick off, and they do so as it's a short kick, squibbly on the ground, and the Maroons going to let it roll out of bounds as the flags fly, and Argenta going to be forced to kick it off once again.
Well, the Maroons, I think, will have a choice, a decision to make right here. I think they can take it right there, but they might be willing to try that kickoff again in a little better field position because the teams are showing they can munch up yardage quick tonight. Let me take a look real quick. Argenta's last drive right there, they went 67 yards in barely 4 minutes. Not even 4 minutes, they went 67 yards. So it's a case where the defenses are having a little trouble, but you got to give the offensive credit on both sides of the ball. Both teams look really sharp offensively tonight.
And it's been a fun football game to watch.
Fast-paced.
Set to kick off is going to be Aaron Hill, as he'll kick it off once again following the penalty. They move it back, what, 5 yards?
Yep.
So he'll kick off from the 35. Back deep is Doggett and Baird. As the kickoff going to be short again, and again it's going to go out of bounds, so...
Take them back again.
Maroons may want to do that, or they may want to take it. It'd be, what, at about the 36-yard line.
Kickoff team staying out there, Tim. Looks like they'll just keep moving it back until he can get it in play. Why not, right?
Right, yeah, why not?
What do you think, Rod?
Take it from there.
Rod wants the ball. He wants points.
Well, we can mark it down. The Maroons would have had it first down at their own 37. So we'll see where they get it following this kickoff.
All right.
As once again, it's Aaron Hill.
No bets allowed, folks.
To line it up. And again, it's Doggett and Baird back deep. The up men, Brian Peevler, and I can't see the other number out there. As the kickoff going to be short and taken by
the ball.
Russell Fair as he brings it up to almost the 45-yard line. So
gain of 8 yards.
It's a good play.
What a coaching decision, huh?
First down for the Maroons.
Got to give them credit. We second guess them, so give them credit. They gained 8 yards on the penalty right there.
The Maroons will take it first down on their own 44-yard line. 3:15 to go in the half. The Maroons trailing Argenta Oreana 14-12. The Maroons gonna try and get their, I don't know if you want to get to the 2-minute offense yet, but quick offense is Baird gonna take the handoff off the left side. He's gonna pick up some good yardage. He'll have a first down in Argenta territory at the Argenta 45-yard line.
Boy, Tad couldn't wait to get into that run. He was running all over his blockers right there. He had Ben Nichols. Ben Nichols turned around and said, "What are you doing, Tad?" But he was all over him. Tad's really running hard tonight.
First down for the Maroons in Argenta Oreana territory. 3 minutes to go, second quarter. Fairfield drops back. He's going to look to pass to the right side. He's rolling out.
Oh, there he is.
Open is Baird, and it's just over his hands as Baird goes down hard. He may have been clotheslined over there.
Now, that's the thing we were talking off the air earlier. We've got cables that run from pole to pole approximately about 6 yards off of the sideline here, and Tad just took a header into the one on the far side. Ouch.
I believe he's okay.
Yeah.
So it'll be second down for the Maroons. 2nd and 10 as that is incomplete. Yeah, that can be dangerous territory, and especially when it's wet.
Yeah, we're not making light of the fact that somebody might have been hurt there. It's just pointing that out, folks. I'm sorry.
Mannix going to get back to about the line of scrimmage. I don't know if he got any yardage. May have picked up half a yard on that. So he took the handoff from Fairfield, and where they spotted, I don't think he got anything. So to bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Maroons, and a big play right here for Clinton.
Plenty of time for the Maroons to move it on down. We've seen a lot of wide open receivers tonight, so Jason's had a lot of time the last couple of passes, so we'll probably see him sprint out here.
Fairfield going to hand it off to Mannix. Back to Fairfield. Fairfield looking deep. It's going to be thrown short, and it's going to be intercepted by Argenta as the Bombers going to run it back to just about midfield across the 40 to about the 45-yard line. On the interception for Argenta that time was number 22, and that is Eric Plock. Eric Plock. with the interception for Argenta, and the Bombers will take over.
Yep, that play was covered all the way. It was a little dipsy-do, handoff to the running back going into the line. He turns around, gives it back to Jason, but Jason didn't have time to get his feet set there.
The pass was thrown short. Argenta will get it back with 2:05 to go in the second quarter. Argenta Oreana leading 14-12. They've got the football. So the Bombers will try and get in for another score as Shepard drops back. Shepard rolls out to the right, looking across the middle, deep. The ball intercepted.
Rich Reibold.
Rich Reibold. He'll run it across the 30, out to the 40-yard line, and he's going to go out of bounds right there.
Oh, we're seeing it all. That was a nice play by Rich Reibold. He really had to stretch for that ball.
Back there playing center field on defense for the Maroons that time, and the Maroons return the favor as Argenta picks one off, and the Maroons come right back, and they pick one off.
Keeping me busy.
Rich Reibold with the interception. The Maroons first down from their own 41-yard line. Clock running, 1:45 to go, second quarter. I believe the Maroons have 2 timeouts left. Fairfield looks out for Doggett. The ball off Doggett's hands and intercepted by Abe Wade. Wade to the Maroons 40, down to the 30. He may go. One man to beat, and he does not beat him as Wade is tackled at right about the 7-yard line. Boy, the ball just went off Doggett's hands, and I don't think Mike Doggett knew what happened, Dan.
Yeah, Mike was turning around facing the other way. He didn't realize that Wade had made the interception. He'd returned it about 40 yards on the play.
Broke a couple of tackles, and Argenta has it first and goal on the 8-yard line. Boy, and Wade had one man to beat, and I'm sorry I didn't get his number, but he did make the tackle for the Maroons. Saved the touchdown. As Shepard will try and take the Bombers in from the 8. Looks over the middle, off Josh Manning's hands. Good coverage that time by the sophomore Matt Parson.
Shepard threw the ball where he needed to. As you said, nice coverage. Manning laid flat out for it and just about pulled it in.
Second down and 8 for the Bombers with 1:05 to go, second quarter. As Argenta, following the interception by Abe Wade.
We had 3 straight plays and 3 straight interceptions.
3 straight interceptions. You won't see that very often, or hear it very often. Shepard looking to pass. Now he's going to be tackled by Brian Peevler. A couple of men had a shot at him. Russell Thayer couldn't get him, but Brian Peevler did. And it's going to be third and goal for the Bombers.
Nice defensive stand by the Maroons right here.
And Argenta going to take time out. 56 seconds to go in the second quarter. Third down and goal for the Argenta Oreana Bombers. The ball on the 11-yard line. 14-12, Argenta Oreana leads it. This is Maroon football.
Watkins Jewelry and Repair for fine quality jewelry at prices you can afford. They also offer watch, clock, and jewelry repairs. Stop in at Watkins Jewelry on the square in downtown Clinton.
Matt Parson.
As we're back to action, Matt Parson picks off the pass in the end zone as Shepard rolled out to the right side. And boy, all of a sudden, Dan King, all we're seeing is interception after interception after interception.
Yeah, that was incredible. We've seen a couple of unwise decisions by the quarterbacks right there. Mark Shepard tried to force, thanks Rod, force it in there. There was a lot of Maroons defenders, but that was a nice interception by Matt Parson on the back of the end zone. I don't know, I'm getting a little excited here. Geez, we're just going up and down the field.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Maroons, 49 seconds. Clinton may just want to run the half tap out? I don't know. Is Fairfield going to hand it off? Mannix up the middle. He broke a couple of tackles. He's out across the 35 to the 37-yard line. First down for the Maroons.
Jeremy Thought on the stop.
Can we keep this pace up?
But Jeff Mannix just running the football.
To Clinton.
Running it, and we have another timeout. 43 seconds to go in the half. 14-12. Argenta Oreana leading the Clinton Maroons, and this is Maroon football.
Walker Tire and Muffler Service offers complete on-the-farm tire service, complete exhaust system, and custom work. They have computerized alignment and a large selection of shocks and batteries. Please invite Walker Tire and Muffler Service to your next flat. Open 6 days a week for your convenience. Located at 400 Illini Drive.
14-12, the Argenta Oreana Bombers leading the Clinton Maroons in what has been a fast-paced offensive, and I guess the defense has been getting into it a little bit the past couple of minutes.
Last couple of possessions, the defensive backs and whatnot have been picking off the quarterbacks that have pretty much had free reign up until this point, and all of a sudden we've got 4 interceptions, 2 apiece, so the defense is starting to make themselves known.
Maroons on offense, going to hand it off to Mannix again and again off the right side, and again he has some yardage as he'll pick up about 5-6 yards out across the 40-yard line to about the 42-yard line. Bring up second down and about 5 for the Maroons. As the clock winds down to 25 seconds to go here in the first half. Clinton trailing Argenta 14-12. As Fairfield drops back, quick pass out to Baird. He'll have a first down. He'll be out of bounds. We'll see if they, 11 seconds, they will stop the clock now to, that was a first down, wasn't it, Dan?
The ref signaled first down.
Baird.
Sort of waiting around. I didn't see a penalty out there.
They're waving it off. They're waving incomplete now.
Ruled incomplete.
So it was not a complete pass. It'll bring up third down and 5. Sure, I don't know. I didn't see it that well.
It looked like Tad had possession as he was diving out of bounds, but there's no argument over there, so evidently he didn't.
It was right in front of the Maroon bench. As it'll bring up third down and 5, 11 seconds to go here in the first half. Baird going to hand it off this time to
That's Drake.
Jason Drake. Drake will pick up about 3 or 4 yards, and that's going to end the, well, no, it's not. Maroon's going to use another timeout. We'll keep it here with 3 seconds to go in the half. 14-12, the Argenta Oreana Bombers leading the Clinton Maroons, and Clinton will have one last play on 4th down. It'll be 4th down and a long yard, about 1.5 yards to go for the first down. The ball on the Maroon 45-yard line, and I don't think the Maroons will punt here. I guess the obvious thing would be they'll either go for it all on the last play of the half or just simply down the ball and end the first half. It'll be interesting to see what the Maroons elect to do here.
Yeah, I don't know if Jason's got quite the arm to go with the old Big Ben play where you put 3 wide receivers out there and just lob it down there, but we may see some kind of hook and ladder where they throw it out like Argenta ran, a little trick play or something like that. But then again, we may just see a dive off tackle.
Maroons used their last time out to get this play in, so we'll see what they elect to do.
Whatever they do, they better hold on to the ball.
Argenta going to drop back in a definite prevent defense as Fairfield looking deep. Trent throws the football out of bounds, and that's going to end the half. So nothing developed, and that's the way the first half ends with the Argenta Oreana Bombers leading by a 2-point conversion, 14-12 over the Clinton Maroons, and now the officials blowing the whistle saying, hey guys, get back here. We're not done yet. We have a penalty, and the half cannot end on a penalty by the offense, or by the defense, I guess. We'll see how they're going to decline it. So that is it now. 14-12, Argenta with a 2-point lead via the 2-point conversion. Both teams scored 2 touchdowns, but the Bombers, the 2-point conversion and a 14-12 lead at halftime over the Clinton Maroons. This is Maroon football.
The all-new Dave's Food Basket is the Clinton area's newest and finest food store. At Dave's Food Basket, you'll find not only great variety throughout the store, but the best meat and produce departments in the area. A full-service deli bakery, a beautiful floral department, the largest frozen food department in town, and our own video store. Plus the many services offered at Dave's courtesy counter, including Illinois State Lottery tickets and Lotto. Every week, Dave's Food Basket saves you money with great sale items, unadvertised specials, and our value price program, where we pass our savings from the manufacturer along to you. Check the bright yellow up tags. Dave's Food Basket is open 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., 7 days a week.
Totaling up all of the statistics from the first half, and I guarantee you there were a lot of statistics in that first half as we've seen an offensive battle between the Argenta Oreana Bombers and the Clinton Maroons. It was sort of halted towards the end of the half as both teams' secondaries finally said, enough, you guys. We've had enough of this, and they sort of shut the quarterbacks down as both teams collected a pair of interceptions to halt scoring drives. So we've seen a lot of offense. Both teams have moved the football well, but the Argenta Oreana Bombers, by virtue of completing a two-point conversion, have taken the lead here at halftime, 14-12 over the Maroons. Once again, Clinton trying to pick up a winning season. If they can win here tonight, if they can win next Friday night at Olympia, Maroons would take home a 5-4 mark. Argenta, meanwhile, they're 2-5, and they're playing for pride. They'd like to win their final two games against the Maroons in Warrensburg. They'd like to finish third place in the Corn Belt Conference. That's also at stake and a realistic goal for the Clinton Maroons. So both these teams trying to get to third place in the Okaw Valley Conference, and that would be a realistic goal for both of these teams. So a lot at stake here, despite the fact that neither team is in a position right now to get into the playoffs. There are some big games around the area tonight. One in particular in the Okaw Valley Conference is that big matchup between Decatur, St. Teresa, and Monticello.
Oh yeah, that's definitely one of the bigger games in the area. We've got Arcola and Villa Grove going on. We got Pana and Shelbyville in their conference matchup. But as far as the Okaw Conference is concerned, Tim, yeah, that's right. You got Monticello and St. Teresa. Monticello's 4-0, shooting for a second consecutive perfect season in the Okaw Conference, and also shooting for the 35th consecutive regular season win, which extends over the last 4 seasons. So yeah, that's a big game up there in Monticello. It doesn't mean anything playoff-wise because both are in, but you know Monticello doesn't want to lose that win streak, and they're battling for the conference crown too.
The Argenta Oreana band performing here at halftime, and Dan, I know you've been totaling everything up. Have you got everything put together there?
Let me turn around and use a little of the reflection of the light here and face away from the field. Yeah, we've got some impressive statistics. If you didn't know any better, you'd think that we were talking about game statistics right here. For the Maroons, we have a grand total of 211 yards in total offense in the first half. 83 of those passing by Jason Fairfield. For Argenta Oreana, we've got Mark Shepard with 113 yards passing, Rusty Ballard with 15 on that halfback pass that they scored on for a total of 128 yards passing. Argenta has 199 total yards, so very even there. Clinton with 211 total yards, Argenta with 199. The big story for the Maroons in the first half, of course, for once again, as it was last week, Jeff Mannix, 87 yards rushing in the first half for Jeff. A lot of those coming on a 35-yard touchdown run, I believe it was, looking back on my notes here. So yeah, 35-yard touchdown run, 7:14 into the second quarter. Tad Baird also has 18 yards rushing. Jason Drake, the hard-running fullback, has 13 yards. Clinton has 128 yards rushing on the game. Very impressive. They're well on their way to duplicating that 279-yard game they had last week. Then we've got Argenta with 71 yards rushing, but they make up for it with Mark Shepard throwing the ball. So we're seeing a lot of offensive movement tonight.
I don't think we've seen any surprises, really. I think we knew coming into this game that Argenta Oreana was going to throw the football quite a bit, and they have a club that can still run the option and still get the job done on the ground, which they've done occasionally. And the Maroons, likewise, they like to establish the run and then throw when they can, and they've done that.
It doesn't appear that either defense is going to to stop completely the other team's offense tonight. It might be a matter in the second half of maybe one of the defenses just rising above their first half play just a little bit in order to enable their offense to win the game. The Maroons, of course, you stated, are trailing 14-12, and basically it amounts to the two-point conversion. So the way the Maroons are moving the ball, things look good at this point.
The Maroons, after this game, will play at Olympia next Friday night to wrap up the season. Olympia, an old rival from the Corn Belt Conference, and well, they've played some good football games over the years.
Yeah, Olympia's really come on. I believe they started the season, it was either 1-3 or 1-4. They are now 3-4 on the season. So the Maroons will see an improved Olympia team. And from what I gather, they are a big club also. And from last year when Clinton dropped a 21-0 loss to the playoff-bound Spartans, you can count on Olympia doing some head knocking.
Yeah, Olympia knocked off a team that is probably going to head to the playoffs. I believe it was last Friday night they defeated Muhammad Seymour.
That's correct.
And that was a big win for Olympia, as Muhammad Seymour, well, they're going to be the runner-up in the Corn Belt Conference. Actually, Olympia now has a shot at that runner-up slot.
Right. Olympia and Muhammad Seymour are battling for that runner-up spot. Muhammad needs to win their last two games in order to finish at 6-3. Is that correct? Or are they 5? They're 5-2. So they're looking good at this point for the playoffs. So yeah, that Olympia team is improving. They beat a good Muhammad team, a Muhammad team that was leading Central Catholic at halftime before the Saints recovered and defeated them.
Incidentally, last Sunday, Central Catholic wrapped up a playoff berth and the Corn Belt Conference title when they defeated Peru St. Bede. So Central Catholic, they're headed to the playoffs again, and they're an opponent that the Maroons lost to 2 weeks ago, 25-0. But really, the Maroons played a pretty good football game against Central Catholic.
They just gave up one offensive touchdown to the Saints. The Maroons, when all is said and done this season, depending on how the last 2 weeks come out, I mean, it's easy to sit here now. The Maroons are sitting 3-4, and a lot of people are looking back at that Monticello loss, which was just a bitter, bitter pill on that last-ditch effort from the foot line for the Maroons that came up just short in some people's eyes. There's a lot of Clintonites that think somebody got in the end zone, but we've talked about that enough. The Maroons are 3-4. They're trying to close out the season on a winning note, and then hopefully prepare for another fine season next year.
The other game in the Okaw Valley Conference tonight, we mentioned, of course, St. Teresa at Monticello. Sullivan is on the road tonight as they'll try and pick up their first win at Warrensburg-Latham. Warrensburg, after the victory over the Maroons, has really been kind of disappointing.
Yeah, that's really been a tough one for the Maroons also. Clinton didn't do much of anything for 3 quarters against Warrensburg, then scored 18 points, but it was too little too late in a 34-18 loss. And since then, Warrensburg has just gone downhill rapidly from looking like a very much playoff likely team. They're out of the playoff picture, and in fact they just have not been playing good football. Some folks have said that that's the best they've seen Warrensburg play in 3 or 4 years that night at Clinton, which doesn't make the maroon and gold partisans feel any better.
We were talking about the Corn Belt Conference. Of course, we mentioned Central Catholic wrapping up the title last week. They're hosting Clifton Central tonight up at Hancock Stadium. U-High on the road at Prairie Central. Pontiac at Muhammad Seymour, and Olympia is at Peru St. Bede. So a lot of good games around the area tonight. And of course, Moreau Forsyth in the Meridian Conference hosting unbeaten Macon tonight.
Oh boy, Brad Kirby, how many yards do you think he's going to have tonight? Moreau Forsyth is struggling a little bit. I think they've won 1 game this season, and Brad Kirby is, while he's not going to quite get up to that 1,999 marker that he reached last year, he's well over 1,400 with 2 games to go, so he's probably looking to pour it on a little bit tonight up just north of here a little bit.
Could indeed be a long night for the Moreau Forsyth Trojans. At halftime here, we've seen a good first half, 14-12 the score. The Clinton Maroons trailing the Argenta Oreana Bombers. We have just about 5 minutes left before we're going to get set for second half action. This is Maroon football.
A CD from them is like a good friend. One of the most secure feelings in all the world is knowing you have a best friend. Someone who's always there, who never lets you down. You'll find that same kind of security with a CD from them. They offer a variety of choices, flexible terms, and attractive rates, and because your account is protected by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government, you know your money is always safe. So if you're looking for a sound investment, see them today. They'll show you why a CD, like a good friend, is something you can truly count on. Together, we're strong. Stop by and see them at DeWitt County Federal Savings and Loan.
The Clinton Maroons trailing. Tuesday night, the regional volleyball action gets underway.
29th.
Okay, that'll be Tuesday.
Tuesday, that's correct. Yes, Tuesday.
The 29th. Regional Class A volleyball action gets underway, and the Clinton Lady Maroons having a pretty good season. They'd like to get out of the regional this year, get past the Lady Trojans from Royal Forsyth, a squad that was their nemesis last year, but a team that they've been able to beat earlier this season.
Right, last year, Royal Forsyth handed the Lady Maroons 3 of their 5 losses in a 23-5 season for the Lady Maroons. At this point, Clinton is 16-7 after their win last night on senior night at the Clinton High School Gymnasium. They defeated St. Teresa fairly handily. They went 16-14 and 15-9, I believe it was. The Lady Maroons finished second to Warrensburg-Latham in the OCAW Conference with an 8-2 record in the league. Warrensburg-Latham was 9-1. Their only loss was to the Lady Maroons at Warrensburg. But yeah, the Lady Maroons are playing a little bit better than they had been. At one point in the season, they had won 6 straight matches. Then they hit a tough stretch where they lost 3 in a row, and now they've started to climb back up and look a little sharper, a little bit better as they get close to regionals. And yes, we're looking for a Maroa and Clinton regional final. It would be next Saturday night on November the 2nd. So if Clinton folks want to come out and see some good volleyball action, by all means, come out Tuesday and Thursday. But we're looking for the Lady Maroons to be playing the Lady Trojans next Saturday night. And of course, cross-country wise, we've got the Lady Maroons and the Maroons running in the regional tomorrow up at Maxwell Park in Bloomington. The Maroons have Joe Alexander gunning for a state appearance. Of course, Joe's got to get through regionals and sectionals to return to state where he was as a freshman. He missed out on the trip last year, but the cross-country team, in fact, Coach Mike Clark, Tim, really believes that his boys team, the Maroons, have a chance to get to the state team. The top 5 teams from the regional advance to the sectional, and if the Maroons can get out of that regional, Mike Clark expects good things there.
Well, Mike Clark's had an outstanding cross-country program. The Maroons have turned in season after season of success over the past few years. He's done a great job with that program.
Right, he really gets some good performances from his kids. He's obviously he's very knowledgeable in track and cross-country, and he gets those kids in tip-top shape, and they run very very beautifully. They're just fun to watch run. Especially I'm thinking of the track season when you see the kids out there running. But in cross country, they've had a lot of road contests. I'm looking forward to getting up there to see the regional tomorrow. We've got Heather Wise, who is a freshman that has run very well. She finished second to Argenta. In fact, Argenta's Karen Block, who is a state power runner. She runs the 1600, 3200 at the state meet the last couple of years. Anyway, Heather Wise finished second to Karen Block in the OCAW meet. And then Joe Alexander's got William Lacroix, who has finished second in the OCAW meet earlier this week. On Tuesday, I believe it was. So the Maroons have a couple of runners trying to get the team into the sectional.
And of course, the other fall sport, golf, wrapped up last weekend with Ray Stroop competing in the state tournament for the Maroons.
Yeah, Ray was, he'd tell you he was disappointed. He shot an 80, super round on the first day on Friday. He was 5 strokes behind the leaders with an 80, but then tough conditions. And Ray's not the only one, but Ray shot a 94 on the second day, nothing to be embarrassed about. He finished in 34th place. Jeff Berger is very proud of him. Ray's got a lot to be proud of, competing in the state golf meet against the best in Class A. Ray.
Here is the activity schedule.
Excuse me.
For this week, is to remind
I lost my train of thought there for a second as our PA man is...
Yeah, we must explain we are on the roof of the press box here at Argenta tonight, and the PA system is literally in our laps. And I know occasionally it does sort of take your train of thought. But anyway, yeah, you were saying about Ray Stroop.
Go ahead, Tim.
It is just great to get to the state tournament.
Yeah, and he looks to return there next year. I guess on that second day in the state tournament, there was one green. Jeff Berger, the Maroons golf coach, was explaining to me there was one green where the pin placement was so tough. There was one kid that 8-putted. Now you're talking about state competition. These kids just don't 8-putt without a good reason. I guess the pin placements were so brutal that kids were putting uphill and having the ball, the golf ball, end up behind them, which is really something for a state meet. But Ray Stroop had a fine season. His stroke average was right around 40 all season long, and as a senior next year, Ray looks to get back in that state meet and look for him to finish in the top 10.
We're just about set for second half action as the Maroons and the Bombers come out of the locker room and back onto the field. The clock has ran down, and we'll have football again here real soon. Quickly, Dan, tomorrow, can Illinois get back on track after losing the heartbreaker to Iowa?
Well, they've got the Wildcats. They've got the right team, and it is going to be a home game for the Illini. At Dyke Stadium, there will be a lot more orange and blue up there than there is purple and silver for Northwestern.
A lot of alumni from the Chicago area, and whenever Illinois plays at Northwestern, whether it's basketball or football, it always seems like there's a lot more Illinois fans there than there are Northwestern fans.
And the fact that the Illini are ranked about 15th or so, 17th I guess it is maybe now, that doesn't hurt either. But the Illini fans reportedly have been gobbling up the tickets, and Dyke Stadium will be partisan Illini tomorrow.
And of course, Northwestern played a home game last week against Ohio State at Cleveland.
Municipal Stadium, the mistake by the lake, so, which is somehow fitting, I guess. Northwestern playing on the banks of the Erie, a home game.
We've got about 2 minutes before the start of the second half. 14-12, Argenta Oreana leading the Clinton Maroons, and we'll have second half action coming up here. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back and we'll try and get our thoughts together and get things organized for the second half in just a moment. This is Maroon football.
Dr. Gary Riggle provides dentistry services for people of all ages. For your family's total dentistry needs, stop in at 214 East Main Street in Clinton or call 935-8632.
We're back here at halftime, 14-12, just about a minute before the start of the second half. I want to quickly mention some of the young men who are on the playing the lines for the Argenta Oreana Bombers and the Clinton Maroons tonight. I think we really had a chance to mention some names there in the first half, but on the line for Argenta offensively, they've got Dennis Moore up there at the left tackle. He's a junior at the left guard. Dan Hartman, he's also a junior. They got a sophomore, Jerry Jontry. He's in there at center. Scott Hartman, a senior, at the right guard, and at the right tackle, they've got Toma Cheney, who is a senior, and those are the guys up there doing the blocking, and they're the guys who you most often say, hey, the quarterback goes in and says, thank you very much. Or he says, no thank you.
Yeah, those guys don't get their names mentioned too often, except for when there's a penalty, a holding call, or something of that nature, and it's really not fair. We say it over and over, but those guys are appreciated by their running back teammates, their quarterbacks, and things like that, and that's what counts.
And of course, for the Maroons, and I'll throw some names out here. Jeff Bird, who plays the center position. Ryan Archie, who's in there at a guard. John Taylor at tackle. Jared Anderson at guard. Bryce McCleary also in there at tackle. And Dan, you might have a couple of more names. Some of the guys who played a line in there. I hope I didn't leave anybody out there. But those guys play an important part of the game. They're not always the guys whose names you'll hear mentioned.
That's right. It's only, it's part of the game that the guys that get most of the glory are the ones that are lugging the ball. But if they don't tell you that at least 50% of everything they get is from the guys up front, then they're not being straight out with you, because they're the ones that provide the holes.
Aaron Hill is set to kick off as Argenta will kick off to the Maroons to start the second half. Tad Baird and Mike Doggett are back deep. Rich Rybolt and Brian Peevler, the up men, as the kick is going to be short and squibbly. It'll be picked up at, well, it won't be picked up. It's going to roll out of bounds again. So we'll start this again.
You know, we used to, when we were little kids, we called that a watermelon kick. We used to put the ball on the side and then, you know, and then kick it so it would kind of roll. He's got the ball in the normal position on the tee, but he gets that spiraling action on just about every kick. Now, maybe it's intentional.
It could be. He'll try it again, as they'll back it up 5 yards, and we did this, I believe, 3 times the last time, following the Argenta score in the second quarter. As Aaron Hall again will put the ball on the tee. We had no breeze here before the game, just about late in the second quarter we started to pick up a little bit of a breeze, and of course there'll be more of a breeze where we're at than there is down on the field.
It's not coming out of the southwest either. As it has been all week, bringing all that precipitation. This one's coming out of the north, folks.
And that probably means we'll stay dry the rest of tonight. So that's really good news.
And cold.
And cold.
No, it's beautiful out here. Another spiral kick.
It's going to be picked up this time by Russell Fair as he picks it up at about the 30-yard line and got it out to about the 32-yard line. Not much of a return as he was bottled up pretty quickly by Argenta.
I have a feeling that after seeing a certain amount of these kicks that he is trying to kick that ball in quite a manner, and he's got it down pat, I got to say.
So the Maroons will start at their own 34-yard line to begin the third quarter. As the clock is running, the Maroons will get set offensively. Be first down for the Maroons. I believe it's Tad Baird wide out to the left. Handoff going to be Fairfield with the keeper.
With the quarterback sneak, he evidently saw something as he approached the line of scrimmage. He got quite a few yards there. He picked up, well, I guess about 4, wasn't it?
About 4 yards, or 3 yards. It'll be second down and 7.
Sounded like he took a good shot in the knees from up here.
The Maroons will try and get it untracked.
If Ray Burglas, the basketball coach, is hearing, Jason's fine.
Fairfield, he tried to keep it again, I believe, and this time he had nowhere to go.
Again on the keeper.
So Jason Fairfield calling his own number, or at least his number is being called. I don't know whether he's calling it, but nowhere to go that time. Maroons will have third down, and it'll be just about along 8 yards. As going wide out to the left side will be Doggett. Handoff going to be to Jason Drake, and Drake didn't get anywhere.
He took a couple of shots right in the line of scrimmage. Argenta wasn't biting on a little pump fake by Jason Fairfield.
Josh Manning, one of the tacklers in there for Argenta Oreana. Maroons going to be forced to punt as that was no gain. It's going to be 4th and 9, and the Maroons will bring in the punter.
I believe that's our first 3 down and out series of the ball game. Yes, it is.
It may be. Doug Bostwick is in the game for the Maroons. And I'm going to have to duck down to see this. As Bostwick, Shepard back to receive for the Bombers. Bostwick will get the kickoff.
Nice
it's a high kick. It's going to take a neutral bounce, and it's going to be downed at about the 42. Now Argenta picks it up. It never was down. It was touched. I don't know. Was it touched by the Maroons?
Yes, it was touched, but it wasn't controlled.
So Shepard went ahead and picked it up, and he ran it back about 5 yards.
Excuse me, Tim. There was no whistle on the play, so Shepard, a heads-up play, but also the Maroons didn't give up on it, or else he would have been gone.
So Argenta will take over. They'll have it. This will be their first possession here in the second half. 9:38 to go. And the Bombers with a strange formation here. As they snap it back to Shepard. He's got 4 receivers lined up as he throws the pass out to number 12. That is, I'm looking for a number again. I can't see Rusty Ballard as the pass was complete. That's a formation I've seen, but not for a while.
Yeah, we got the offset line here.
We're going to see it again. As they slip it back to Shepard again. Shepard looking deep. He has a man, but it's going to be intercepted. Well, no, it wasn't. It was just knocked down. That was Rich Reibold back there on the coverage that time.
Rich Reibold almost picked off his second pass of the ball game.
It's going to bring up third down for Argenta. Will we see it again? Trying to confuse the Maroon defense.
It really hasn't worked. That first play looked great, but basically it just picked up 4 yards with a lot of running and a lot of ball in the air and a lot of time off the clock, but in the end it gained 4 yards.
And it certainly looks strange with the center lining up all by his lonesome with the quarterback. As Shepard is back in there, this time they go back to a more traditional formation. As in motion goes Cates, and now a flag going to be thrown. And you'd think after the last 2 plays that they could at least get everything. Well, it's going to, yeah.
Game against the Bombers.
So they go back to something a little more traditional, and they get a penalty.
They don't get it off in time. They get to delay a game.
It's going to bring up third down and 11. So they'll move it back 5 yards, and now the Bombers going to look to their passing game once again to try and get the first down.
Maroons have a chance to stop them right here and possibly get good field position on the exchange of possession.
Abe Wade going to go out to the left. Jeremy Fott to the right. Shepard drops back in there immediately, was fair. He dished it off to Sonny Hall. Hall tripped up in the backfield. Now he's brought down. Tripped up initially out there by the Maroons. Bryce McCleary in there for the Maroons. He initially tripped him up. And a penalty on the play.
That was a loss of 4 on the pass play. And now we've got holding.
And it's declined. It'll be fourth down. So that play worked out well for Clinton either way.
Yeah, Argenta went to the trickery there with the offset line. The lonesome center, I guess you can call him. But it hasn't worked. They're 4th and long.
And into punt is Toma Cheney. Cheney going to get the punt off. It's a pretty good one. In fact, it's a real good punt. Woo! It's going to hit down at about the 20, or about the 15, takes a Clinton bounce back to about the 16-yard line. That was a great punt.
Back to about the 15-yard line.
Well, that's about a 45-yard punt right there from the line of scrimmage.
Toma Cheney, who plays right tackle on offense and end on defense, comes in as the punter, and boy, he really got off a good one that time. And the Maroons going to be pinned fairly deep in their own territory at their own 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
That's a 47-yard punt right there from the line of scrimmage.
And that's great for high school. There's no doubt about that. As Fairfield going to drop back to pass. He's looking out. Now he's got Baird open. Baird going to make the catch. Now cuts back towards midfield. Baird across the 50, down to the 45, the 40. Tracked down from behind, out of bounds at the 30. Tad Baird, a great run that time.
And I'll tell you what did it right down here, Tim. It looked to me like an Argenta player gave up the tackle in order to make a great hit on a blocker of Clinton. I think there was a Clinton kid lining up the block. Sorry, I didn't get who it was, but he knocked him out, but Tad went running down the field.
Like Tad Baird, he cut to the outside. I thought he was going to go out of bounds, and all of a sudden Tad cut back towards the middle, and he was wide open as he cut it up across midfield and down to the 27-yard line. First down for Clinton. Fairfield going to drop back, looking to pass again. This time to the right side. There's Brian Peebler, complete. Peebler, now the ball knocked away. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll be down at about the 20-yard line.
Ball was fumbled, but it goes out of bounds. Clinton retaining possession.
They'll mark it at the 21-yard line. So it's a complete pass to Brian Peebler, and then he fumbled the ball out of bounds. So it'll be second down. Out of all that, it's going to be 2nd down and 6. The ball will be marked at the 21, or I guess
23-yard line we got?
Scoreboard says the 23. To me, it looks more like the 21, 22. Fairfield in, Peebler out to the left side. It's Rich Reibold to the right as Fairfield drops back, looking for the corner. Has a man, now it's intercepted. Russell Fair was the intended receiver, but it was intercepted. I believe that was Abe Wade.
Wow, that was quite a catch. I actually, yeah, it was Abe Wade.
He went diving for the football and came up with it, so Argenta will take over following the interception at their own 9-yard line.
Bombers take over 1st and 10 at their own 9.
So a good defensive play, and that's what, the 5th interception
of the ball game. Yeah, 3rd for Argenta.
7:19 to go, 3rd quarter. Argenta back on offense, deep in their own territory though, at their own 9. The Maroons had started at their own 15. They hand the ball off on the carry. Josh Cates, he'll pick up a couple of yards. Actually, he'll pick up almost, we'll call it 4 yards on the play.
Well, that hurts. The Maroons have moved it all the way down to the 21-yard line. 58-yard pass play to Tad Baird, put them prime scoring position, but they couldn't capitalize, at least not yet.
2nd down, 6 yards to go. Ball on the 13-yard line for the Bombers.
Who'd you have on the carry there, Tim?
That was Josh Cates picking up 4 yards. This time it's going to be Shepard keeping the ball himself. Breaks a couple of tackles. He's still on his feet. Now finally punched out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. It'll be a 1st down, though, for the Argenta-Oreana Bombers. So Mark Shepard carried the football that time, took it himself, went out to the left side, got to the outside, and picked up some good yards. As Argenta is on the move once again. Neither team has had trouble moving the football tonight.
Not until the turnovers have they had problems scoring. We could very easily have 30 points apiece if not for the turnovers.
The secondary, at least, has come through with some big plays. This time the handoff will be to Sonny Hall off the right side. He'll pick up about 6 yards on the carry. As Sonny Hall got the ball on the 1st down carry. Pick up about 6, almost 7 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 4. 6:09 to go, clock running here in the 3rd quarter. Argenta-Oreana leading Clinton 14-12. As Shepard under center, Shepard hands off, that's Sonny Hall, and right there the Maroon defense trying to bring Sonny Hall down. Matt Parson in on the tackle, also in there for the Maroons. That is Tad Baird. But I'll tell you what, Sonny Hall carried Tad Baird and Matt Parson for a little ways.
Yeah, the Argenta running game, we talked an awful lot about the passing game, and I guess that was the focus coming in, but they have shown a quick running game tonight also.
It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Bombers as Shepard, he may keep it himself. Shepard, now he'll hand it off. 1st man through, he's going to have the 1st down and a little bit more, I believe. Yeah, it was Sonny Hall again.
Sonny Hall, the ball carrier. 1st down for the Bombers.
So Argenta has a 1st down at their own 40-yard line. Give him 4 yards on the carry. And with the clock running, down to 5 minutes, 12 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Argenta with the football, 1st and 10 at their own 41. Shepard fumbled the snap, now picks the ball up, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. He's smothered there by the Maroons' John Taylor.
Ball was laying on the ground for a moment there, but Shepard was able to get on top of it and actually get it up around the line of scrimmage. Looks like he maybe lost a yard.
They'll bring up 2nd down and about 9 yards for the Argenta-Oreana Bombers. So Maroons will try and turn it up a notch defensively right here. Mark Shepard will take the snap. He drops straight back. No, he gave the handoff. That was Sonny Hall. Hall going to pick up a couple of yards, not too much. I was fooled, but the Maroon defense wasn't.
Yeah, it looked like Bryce McCleary was the first player on the scene. He wasn't able to bring him down, but he got some help right away.
Bring up 3rd down and a long 6, call it 7 yards.
Their own 44-yard line.
As Argenta-Oreana with a big play right here. They've been moving the ball well offensively. They started this drive at their own 9-yard line. They're out to the 44. They need 7 for a 1st down. Shepard looking over the middle. Out on the right side has Wade, but Tad Baird knocked it away.
Tad came over from his center field position. He read it all the way. I was watching him, Tim. Abe Wade had the 1st man beat. It looked like maybe Matt Parson had a man for man, the linebacker, but Tad came over and made a super play.
So the Maroons stop Argenta right here, and Argenta will bring in their fabulous punter, Toma Cheney. Boy, if he can hit one like he did the last time. And the Maroons going to send 2-man back, Brian Peevler and Mike Doggett. Cheney hits this one pretty well. A lot of hang time as the ball going to take now an Argenta bounce, and it's going to roll down to about the 11-yard line.
Yeah, we need to see a little fair catch action right there by the Maroons. They weren't in good enough position to get back and catch the ball before it took the roll. Now they're in the hole again.
I'll tell you what's happening here, Dan, is we've seen the teams moving the football well, but they've been starting at the 30 or the 40-yard line. They've been getting deep in the other team's territory. Now they're starting back at their own 9, their own 11. Yeah. They're not getting quite as far out.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of the punting game right now, and Argenta is winning that battle. Their punter has boomed a couple of them out of there.
Maroons start on their own 11-yard line this time as Fairfield gonna give the ball off. That is Tad. Is that Tad Baird on the carry?
Yes, it is.
Tad Baird.
The ball carrier.
Gonna pick up 7 or 8 yards on the carry. Or no, more than that. He's gonna be close to, if not a first down. It is a first down. So Tad Baird with a nice run. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Maroons on the 22. Give Tad 11 yards on that carry.
Tad's got 29 yards rushing. Of course, he's got quite a few, maybe 3 or 4 catches. Of course, that big one for 58 yards. Tad's had quite a night offensively and defensively.
He's out there on the right side now to receive. On the left side is Doggett. Fairfield drops back, tries to throw the quick pass out to Doggett, cutting across towards the middle, and could not complete it. It falls incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down for the Maroons.
Well, it looks like Mike thinks he should have had that ball. It looked like Jason hit him on the numbers, but he was breaking across the on a slant-in pattern. Just couldn't quite hold on to it.
So it'll be 2nd down for the Maroons. From their own 22-yard line. They're trailing Argenta Oreana 14-12 here in the 3rd quarter. All the scoring done in the first half. Maroons line up offensively. Again, Baird out to the right side. Rybold in motion. Fairfield drops back, quick out to Baird. Baird tries to find a hole, cuts up the middle, now across the 40-yard line out to about the 42.
Well, that's a beautiful run by Tad Baird right there. He was hemmed in. He had 2 men on him, cut back, got away from him, picked up that first down.
That's a couple of times he's done that. He had absolutely nowhere to go that time, but found the hole, and it's 1st down for the Maroons.
21-yard pickup right there. 79 yards on the last 2 catches by Tad Baird. Most of it's after he catches the ball.
So the Maroons 1st down and 10 from their own 43-yard line as they'll try and get it across midfield and into Argenta territory. Fairfield hands it back.
That's Chris Hammer, Tim.
Chris Hammer on the run. Hammer breaks a tackle. He's going to be out of bounds, gets across the 50-yard line. Chris Hammer, he's just a junior. He saw some action last week. In fact, he scored a touchdown last week.
Into Bomber territory at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, Chris sidestepped into the end zone last week. He showed a little hard running style right there, breaking a couple of tackles.
2nd and 1. The ball on the 49-yard line of Argenta. As Chris Hammer got the call for Clinton. 2:28 to go, 3rd quarter. Fairfield gonna hand it off. This time it's Jason Drake. Jason pick up the 1st down as he carries it down to the 45-yard line of Argenta, and the Maroons another 1st down.
Well, they're starting to open up some holes there on the running plays up the middle, so that's a good sign for the Maroons because that's what they like to do and that's what they do best.
2:17 to go, 3rd quarter. Maroons would like to get the ball in the end zone. Argenta would like to stop them cold.
Is it getting darker?
I think it is. Fairfield gonna hand it off. That's Hammer again. This time he's brought down for no gain. In there, Josh Manning for Argenta Oreana as he stopped Hammer cold at the line of scrimmage.
I shouldn't have said anything right there.
1 yard loss. It's 2nd and 11.
So it'll be 2nd down as Maroons lose a yard on the play. 2nd and 11 with 1:40 to go, clock running. Going out wide to the left is going to be Tad Baird.
Hard to believe it's still 14-12 Argenta.
Yeah, it is. As Fairfield going to roll to the left, looks out for
Rich Rybold.
Yeah, it was Rybold, and just off Rybold's hands and out of bounds, incomplete.
3rd and 11.
Back defending that time for Argenta Oreana. That was Eric Plock, and he had the interception earlier in this game for Argenta. Had one of their 3 interceptions.
That's right. That was Rich Rybold gave it a good effort, but just wasn't quite, got his fingertips on it, wasn't quite able to bring it down.
So to bring up 3rd and 11 for the Maroons. They're at the Argenta 46-yard line. The Maroons started this drive at their own 11. Fairfield gonna drop back. Fairfield on the run to the left side. He's in trouble. Gets rid of the ball. No receiver in the area. He just threw it out of bounds that time.
I think we might have a late hit on Fairfield.
Well, he was being pursued that time by the Argenta defense.
Jason, of course, has that bum shoulder.
Well,
they're calling intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding.
Now, he was obviously throwing the ball out of bounds, but I guess the official can determine whether or not he's throwing the ball away. Is that correct?
I guess.
Most of the time you see him throw the ball out of bounds, and that's kind of
I was going to say, normally when the ball is out of bounds, there's usually
no flag.
Yeah.
But I guess he got inside Jason's head and knows what he was trying to do there.
Well, I know there were a lot of Maroons in the vicinity of the ball. They just weren't in the game.
That's right. There was even some cheerleaders in on the play.
It'll be
4th down for the Maroons following that penalty, and they will be forced to punt.
Well, that's a tough penalty, tough call right there, because it forces the Maroons to punt 15 yards further back than they would have otherwise.
4th and 26, and they'll punt from their own 39-yard line, and Doug Bostwick will end up backing up to about the 25. Just shy of the 30, in between about the 27-yard line.
Well, we wondered at halftime if they could keep up the first half pace, and it has slowed a little bit.
Bostwick will get off the punt. It's a pretty good one. Shepard back there to field it at his own 30. And he's brought down immediately as the Maroon special teams. Brian Peevler in there with a great stop.
Rich Rybolt right on top of him after Peevler made that initial hit like you described. Rich Rybolt was right there, and the ever-dangerous Mark Shepard was not able to get much of a return at all.
So Argenta will take it from their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10. 1:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. Argenta Oreana leading Clinton 14-12. Mark Shepard. Abe Wade going to be out to the left, and Jeremy Fott to the right. The ball tipped at the line of scrimmage as he tried to get the quick pass out, and Russell Fayer there stuck up a hand, knocked it down. He was trying to get Abe Wade on the quick out. So to bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Bombers.
Well, after having 113 yards passing at halftime, Mark Shepard is still sitting at 113. So obviously the Maroons made some adjustments at halftime, and it's paying off to this point. Now they just got to get the ball in the end zone.
Shepard going to drop back. He's rolling out to the right, ran into his own blocker, and now he's brought down in the backfield. He lost a couple of yards, and I believe Brian Peevler in there along with Jason Drake.
Maroons defense is rising to the occasion right here, down by 2 here in the second half. They just have not let this explosive Argenta team get untracked.
The big problem there was Mark Shepard ran into his own blocker.
That helped out, yeah.
3rd down and 13 for the Bombers. They're on their own 27-yard line. As the clock winds down here in the 3rd quarter, Shepard going to drop back. Now he'll hand it off. That is
Rusty Ballard.
Rusty Ballard. I never can get his name. There's always one that sticks in your mind.
Yeah, you're doing a lot better than me on all these. Argenta really is shuffling them in and out tonight. They have a lot of different backs involved in the offensive scheme here.
He picked up about a yard. It's going to be 4th and 12 as the quarter comes to an end. We've played 3 quarters here at Argenta, and it's the Argenta Oreana Bombers 14, the Clinton Maroons 12. This is Maroon football.
Now you can get a show and go at C&M Video. Whenever you want to rent a movie, remember there's a C&M Video store nearby. C&M Video carries a gigantic selection of movies from the latest smash release to the unforgettable classics. And best of all, you can even call ahead to reserve your favorite video. For movies and all of your favorite Nintendo games, there's only one place to go, C&M Video.
We're back here at Argenta, 14-12 as we begin the 4th quarter. It's going to be 4th down and 12 yards to go for Argenta from their own 29-yard line, and the Bombers going to be forced to punt away here on 4th down as Toma Cheney will come in to do the punting.
He's really been rooting them out of there. He's been helping this Argenta offense out by really booming some punts. Let's see what he can do this time.
Back deep for the Maroons. It's Doggett along with Peevler. It's a good punt. Down to about the 30. Doggett touched the ball. Now it's loose, and I believe Argenta recovers the football. Nope, Clinton has it.
Oh boy, that didn't. I was surprised. I don't know how Mike got that ball back, but
I don't either.
He did some scrambling under there to get it back.
Well, I thought sure Argenta had it.
I'll tell you,
Argenta did too.
This kid is quite a punter. He gets a nice spiral on that ball.
So the Maroons catch a break, and they'll take it from their own 34-yard line. 1st and 10, 11:42 to go. We are in the 4th quarter. Baird going to go in motion. Fairfield on the scoop pass or the scoop shovel pass to Jason Drake out of the backfield, and Drake's going to pick up about 10 yards, but we do have a flag.
Penalty flag on the play. Dennis Moore on the stop for the Bombers.
We'll see what the penalty is. Looks like it'll be against, holding against the Maroons.
Penalty against Clinton for holding.
That'll be a costly one.
Oh, that hurts. That play had picked up a 1st down.
But Fairfield just shoveled the ball back to Jason Drake, and Drake with a nice run. He picked up 10 yards, and he was real close to a 1st down if he didn't have it, and I think he would have had the 1st down.
Looks like he had it by about a yard.
Now this will back up the Maroons 10 yards and make it 1st and 20 from their own 24-yard line. So instead of having it on their own 45, they'll have it back on their 24.
Penalty will make it 1st and 15.
Well, that's just a 5-yard penalty, so 1st and 15 from their 29. Rich Rybolt out to the left side. Tad Baird off to the right. Fairfield going to hand it off. Jeff Maddox. Maddox found a hole. He's out across the
he runs right over him.
Yard line down to the 40. He's going to be dragged out of bounds at about the 35 of Argenta. Again, Jeff Maddox breaking the tackle, getting through there, finding the hole, and picking up some big yardage.
Looked like he ran right over Jeremy Fought out there and got another 15, 20 yards after that.
Well, that was a big play. That went from the Clinton 29-yard line down to the Argenta, call that the 36-yard line? Yeah, 36-yard line of Argenta. That's about 45 yards. Maroons have it 1st down in Argenta territory. Fairfield drops back to pass. He's being pursued. Gets the pass off. It's caught by Tad Baird. Baird going to be dragged out of bounds. I don't think he picked up much yardage on the play, however.
A lot of work for a pick up a 1 for Tad.
That was a lot of work. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Maroons.
Line of scrimmage now, the Bombers' 34-yard line.
Clock continues to run, 10:40 to go, 4th quarter. This game has moved along here in the 2nd half at a pretty good clip.
That puts Jeff Mannix at 117-yard rushing, his 2nd consecutive game over 100 yards.
Maroons, they give the call to Jason Drake. Drake's going to pick up about 4 yards as he goes off the right side. Again, took the shovel from Jason Fairfield.
Yeah, Jason had a little running room out there after he took the pitch from Fairfield.
3rd down and 5.
So the Maroons will face 3rd down and 5. They are at the Argenta 30-yard line.
Should mention that Jason Fairfield now has 167 yards passing on the night.
He's had an excellent night. 3rd and 5. Fairfield going to hand it off. Maddox has a hole. He's got the 1st down and a whole lot more.
Man, he busted through a couple of those orange jerseys right there.
Some hard running by Jeff Maddox. He's going to take it down, I believe, to the 15-yard line. Another 1st down, and the Maroons are in business.
16-yard run.
And Jeff Maddox continues to pile on the yardage, and we have, I believe, a timeout. It's going to be taken by Argenta. 9:43 to go in this football game. It's Argenta Oreana 14, Clinton 12. This is Maroon football.
9-yard line.
The clock continues to run down to 3:37. The Maroons need to get another 1st down right here.
Be an interesting call right here. We've got about 3rd and 4.
It is a long 4, Fairfield. Gonna hand it off. That's Mannix, and he's going to be stopped cold. Did pick up a couple of yards on the play, but well short of the first down.
Mannix.
So the Maroons going to be forced to punt, and Argenta's defense did its job.
Mark Shepard on the stop.
Now they've got to milk the clock down as far as they can. They don't want to take a penalty, but let the clock run down. The complete 20 or 25 seconds, whatever it is they have on the play clock in high school.
2 minutes, 50 seconds as the clock continues to run. Doug Bostwick in to punt. Back to receive. Rusty Ballard. Also Mark Shepard. He's going to punt from his own 20-yard line as he handles the snap. Bostwick gets the kickoff. It's a high kick.
Need a roll.
Bounces at the 50 and does take a Maroon bounce. It's going to bounce inside the 40 down to about the 37-yard line. So Argenta will take it 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. 2 minutes, 27 seconds to go, and this may be the Bombers' last chance at it.
42 yards on the punt, so that's about what you'd expect and about what you'd want from Doug Bostwick right there.
So it'll be Argenta football, 1st down. Jeremy Fott out to the right, Abe Wade to the left. As Shepard looks over the Maroon defense. Shepard going to go quickly out to Fott. It's incomplete. Maroons defensively there that time. Mike Doggett, also Brian Peevler in there.
Well, that was awfully close, folks, to an interception going the other way. The Maroons had a couple of defenders right out on that play. Mark Shepard stood right up and showed that from the beginning. And the Maroons have seen it not a couple of hundred, but quite a few times tonight. And that was awfully close to being an interception going the other way.
2nd down and 10 for Argenta Oreana. 2:21 to go. As Shepard takes the snap, drops back. Quick pass out over the middle, and that was, I believe, intended for Abe Wade, but it was over the head of everybody.
Yeah, he threw a flag, and Abe Wade was running a post right there, so there was a miscommunication there somewhere.
3rd down and 10, and again, Argenta Oreana faced with another big play as Josh Manning going to come in. Josh Cates comes out. We'll see what the Bombers want to do right here. On 3rd down.
Maroons are at a point now, Tim, where they just do not want to give up a big play. I mean, if they throw these little dink passes for 5 and 6 yards, okay, but don't give up the big play.
And Shepard slips as he was trying to roll out. He fell in the backfield, and there to make the tackle for the Maroons was Jason Drake. Also, I think Brian Peevler was in there.
Brian Peevler covered him up, but Shepard, he slipped on the play. No question about it. That's what brought him down.
So it's 4th down and 14, or 4th down and 16, and Argenta going to take a timeout to talk things over. We'll keep it here, 1:56 to go. As you listen to the game on WHRW-FM and you watch it on cable channel 15, Tim Tarter filling in for Larry Dooling, who is on assignment elsewhere tonight, and Dan King here.
Does anybody know where Larry is?
Seat. Yeah.
This must be some assignment. Yeah, I guess, huh?
So 18-14 the score. The Maroon defense has got to do it one more time.
Yep. This is probably the ball game right here. Of course, Argenta could get it back if the Maroons did not pick up a 1st down, but Maroons hold them here, get the ball, pick up a 1st down, and the ball game is theirs.
18-14, 4th down and 16 as Shepard. They've got 3 receivers out to the left side. Shepard drops down, and he has nowhere to go.
No chance. Defensive line of Clinton was just right on top of him. Russell Fair was in there. Roger Scott was in there, 61.
The Bombers' 31-yard line.
Well, he had absolutely nowhere to go except down, and that's where he went.
Left the play.
So the Maroon defense holds here, and now the Clinton offense will come in the game and try and run the clock out. I believe Argenta has 1 timeout left.
Rod wants blood. He wants another score.
1:39 to go. 1st and 10 for the Maroons. They are on the Argenta 31 following the 4th down. And the Maroons take over on downs as Jason Drake gets the call, or Jeff Mannix, and Mannix had nowhere to go as Jeff tried to go off the right side and was met by a host of Argenta tacklers. lost about half a yard on the play. It'll bring up second and about 11 yards to go.
Well, it was important before that the Maroons hold on to the ball, but it's even more important now because there's no way Argenta can... Ooh, the scoreboard just blinked, but there's no way Argenta can win the ball game given without some kind of mistake by the Maroons.
Argenta right now with a player injured on the field with 1:15 to go, and the Bombers trailing 18-14. And he'll definitely have to come out of the game. At this point in the game, when you have an injury, the players definitely have to come out.
If there is a timeout, no matter if the player is okay or not, he's got to come out for at least one play. Looks like he might have got the wind knocked out of him or got hit in the solar plexus there.
1 minute, 15 seconds to go. That's what stands between Clinton and a victory, as the Maroons try and even their record at 4-4. As Josh Manning is up and he's okay. He gets a nice hand from the Argenta fans. The Maroons will finish up the season on the road at Olympia next week.
That shapes up as an interesting one tonight, too. Also, we thought this would be an interesting game. It's been that, plus more.
Well, it's been everything it's been touted to be. The Maroon defense in the second half, though, you can't say enough about their defense.
Oh, it's going to be interesting. We'll take a look at it afterwards, but they have not given up much in the second half to Argenta. After Argenta had right around 199 yards in total offense in the first half, the Maroons have shut them down. Well, we got a flag here, but...
Delay of game. They run the clock down to 49 seconds. They started to, yeah, it is delay of game. That's probably a penalty the Maroons don't mind taking. With just 49 seconds left to go. So it'll make it second down and 16 yards to go. The ball on the 35-yard line, but Maroons really all they need to do is down it a couple of more times and this game's over.
That's right.
Fairfield looks over his troops. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it off. That's Jason Drake. Drake sure-handed. He'll be brought down. Picked up about a yard on the play as he takes it to the 35-yard line of Argenta. The clock continues to run. And I don't know if does Argenta have any timeouts left?
It doesn't appear like it.
I would have thought they would have taken it right there if they did. 28 seconds. The clock's still running. The Maroons are certainly in no hurry. They'll let it run down.
No, this is...
this can be the final play.
They shouldn't even hand off right here. We're under 20 seconds, and it's only third down, so yes.
He just takes the snap and falls on it, and that's going to be it. The Maroons, even their record at 4-4. Argenta Oreana drops to 2-6 as the clock runs down.
Final score of tonight's game.
And that's it. Clinton wins it 18-14, scoring early in the fourth quarter. And we'll recap it, and we'll tell you all about it when we come back. The final score, once again, was the Clinton Maroons 18, the Argenta Oreana Bombers 14. This is Maroon football.
When it comes to buying or selling real estate, their staff of professionals are hard to beat. Give them a call today at 935-8525 or stop in at Joe Benucci Real Estate, Better Homes and Gardens, 205 East Side of the Square in downtown Clinton. Gibson Ace Hardware, your hometown store with national buying power, friendly customer service, quality selection, and competitive price makes Ace the place for you. They are proud of the Clinton schools and happy to sponsor this sports event.
And we're back here at Argenta Oreana High School, where the Clinton Maroons have evened their season record at 4-4 with an 18-14 Okaw Valley Conference win over the Argenta Oreana Bombers. Argenta Oreana drops to 2-6. The Maroons are now, what is their record in the Okaw?
4-4. Well, they're 2-3 in the Okaw. They finish at 2-3.
So that's their final Okaw Valley Conference game and win, and they finished 2-3 in the conference. And Argenta Oreana, I'm going to look quickly here. I know I've got it.
That puts them at 1-3.
1-3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the Maroons finish with an Okaw Valley Conference record of 2-3 as Dan King totals up all of the statistics. The teams walking off the field following this football game, and a good football game it was. Argenta led most of the second half until early in the fourth quarter when the Maroons finally punched it in and took the lead. Argenta Oreana led 14-12 at halftime by virtue of that two-point conversion, as the Maroons fans on the far side give them a nice hand as they walk off the field. And a well-deserved hand as the Maroons win it here by a score of 18-14 over Argenta Oreana. And once again, the Maroons finished 2-3 in the Okaw Valley Conference. They're now 4-4 overall, and they will play at Olympia next Friday night. Argenta Oreana will wrap things up here at home next week in their final Okaw Valley Conference game, as they will play host to their longtime rival, Warrensburg Latham, a team that handed the Maroons a rather stunning defeat earlier this year, 34-18. So Dan, you've been sitting over there totaling up everything, and not an easy night for you.
I guess no, it wasn't. A little dark up here, and it's always a challenge, though, and we had a good time tonight, especially the Maroons. I'm sure they had a good time pounding out this win tonight. I guess we should take a look at it. I mean, last week the offense was voted the squad of the week, and deservedly so, by piling up over 300 yards in total offense. But tonight I have a feeling the defense may get the kudos, because they held Argenta Oreana to just 75 yards of total offense in the second half after giving up about 200 in the first half. 199 is what I had them for. That gave Argenta a total offense of 274. Once again, only 75 of them in the second half, and that was the difference in the Maroons' victory. I guess you got to tip your hats to Jason Fairfield and Jeff Mannix. Jason had 167 yards passing on the night. Tad Baird had a super night catching the ball. I'm guessing that he was right around 100 yards without being able to total it up. He caught the ball well, and he ran the ball well. Tad Baird had 29 yards rushing. Jeff Mannix had 149 yards rushing. His backfield mate, Jason Drake, had 38. The Maroons went over the 200-yard mark rushing again with 219, a team total offense of 386 yards in the game. So super performance on both sides of the ball for the Maroons. Just a great game for Clinton. People are going to be looking back. They're going to say they're 4-4, and oh man, they could easily be 5-3. You know, we keep talking about that Monticello game, but hey, that's done and over with. They're 4-4 now, and they're looking for that winning season next week at Olympia, and I'm looking for a free haircut still.
And you have to give Argenta Oreana a little bit of credit here tonight too, because they came out and they played a good hard football game against the Maroons. They just came up a little bit short, and it was a nice effort. And I think we've seen a great athlete out here. Mark Shepard showed us in the first half exactly what he can do. The Maroons just made some adjustments at halftime.
Oh, so they did something at halftime, because they really shut them down. They only had 13 yards passing, I believe it was, in the second half. So most of the damage Argenta did in the second half was on the ground, but the defense came up big a couple of times. There was one time when Clinton turned the ball over and Argenta had the ball deep in Clinton territory. The defense came through time and again, and then again at the end of the game on the last Argenta possession. They're threatening. They're a threat from anywhere on the field, really, with that passing attack, and the Maroons defense just shut them down in the second half. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to hear Coach Ron Goodwin's comments on this football game and what adjustments they did make at halftime to correct some things, because the defense was just outstanding in the second half.
This team scored 24 points on St. Teresa, folks. St. Teresa allows 10, just a tad, almost 11 a game. So you're talking about a good offensive ball club. The Maroons held to just 14 points.
I think I figured out yesterday, based on the offensive and defensive averages, the Maroons should have won this game tonight 19-18. We were pretty close at 18-14.
Well, I wouldn't have guessed it at halftime, though, when it was 14-12, and both teams could have easily had 30 points or so in the first half, if not for some fine secondary play with the interceptions near halftime. But a great offensive game. I mean, we've seen a little bit of everything this year, weather-wise and performance-wise on the field. I mean, we've seen great defense. That Monticello game was just a textbook defensive rock'em sock'em game, and then tonight we saw a lot of offense, but when it came right down to it, the Clinton defense held Argenta Oreana scoreless, and they're averaging 25 points a game overall, so just a great job by Clinton.
And tonight the rain stayed away, and I'm very thankful for that, as we were outside tonight, and it was a Maroon victory, 18-14 over Argenta Oreana. We'll have a final word in just a moment. This is Maroon football. Just one.
Sophomores are...
Clinton wins at 18-14 over Argenta Oreana, evening their season record at 4-4. Their Okaw Valley Conference mark 2-3, and next week the Maroons with a non-conference matchup against longtime rival Olympia. At Olympia, game time, Dan, is 7:30 or 8?
7:30 p.m. There will be a preliminary. Folks might want to check their schedule, but as I understand it, the last freshman football game of the year will be at the preliminary at 5:15 at Olympia next Thursday. It's Thursday night also.
Thursday. Halloween.
Yeah, but that should be an interesting ball game up there. We'll look forward to seeing how Olympia did this week against Clifton Central, I believe it was, and Olympia very well could be 4-4 also going into that game. So we may have two teams. Oh man, hey, wait a second, we got to climb down this ladder here, folks. Leave the lights on, please.
I guess they want us out of here. That's a clue. Well, that's going to do it. Once again, next Friday night, Larry Dooling will be back alongside Dan King, and I'd like to thank Betty Gross and Rod over here for this opportunity tonight, and I've enjoyed it, and I've had a great time. Dan, it's been a pleasure to work with you.
Well, thank you, Tim. It's been a pleasure. You bet.
Your final score, once again, the Clinton Maroons win at 18-14 over the Argenta Oreana Bombers. That's it. So long, good night, and God bless you.